who would like to just give us a quick recap of where we were last week?
I believe me and the doc are about to confront um, Nurse Ratchet.
Nurse Oguri.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah, just a reminder, I still separated from the group, so most of the things they know, I don't know. Just a reminder.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you ran away from the Dr. Watts.
Yeah.
Successfully,
So, how
masterly.
Yuri? How let's talk about how are we going to get you together? What might be an initiating thing? Let's think
Well,
about what would make sense.
things that I know and then trigger me is that I just escape it. I have my wound, my surgery wound, open again.
Yeah.
The stitch is open, so I took some gas. I hope that's in English too. The guys put in my wounds. I just totally a uniform with the same patent that I have,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to talk with the other officers. And then now I know that Major Parker allows what to do, what the shit he does.
Yeah.
I feel really pissed off with the with this thing because I think we should go back to beating some German ass. Apparently, this thing's killing the soldiers. I still concerned about the nurse burden. She said some weird things. Called me
Mm-hmm.
to meet her late at night to get some. I don't know what exactly, but to get to know something. Uh, I just was at the uh, with the officers. That's my scenario. Now, what I'm gonna do is try to stay away from Watts and the
Mm-hmm.
nurse that was trying to get me. Shock, shock, please, dad.
Okay. All right. Well, then we will start with Doc Francis Patterson. Doc Francis, you have come in and decided that you have want to confront Nurse Ogilvy in the head nurse's tent. All right. So let's. I'm gonna give this a
I
3 minute.
thought we were already discussing, and then the father joined me on the tent. If I'm not wrong.
Yes. I just want to double check. All right. So it's still good.
Yeah,
Let's
I think I was on my way to the tent of Ms. Patterson with Corporal Box, uh, but obviously I've turned around and he's vanished, probably lynched by the ugly mob that was hanging around one of the tents.
it's possible he's been distracted and starting to get harassed. You did notice that there were some soldiers who were very curious about the conversation you were having with Cheery Patterson, who seemed so cheery. Yeah, and you were on her. Yeah, you guys were on your way to go talk. She wanted to continue talking to you about certain things, and I believe that Father Au revoir and Doc Francis had decided to leave your own tent. And Lance Bombardier Monk. Oh, I
was
forget. What were
I was
you doing?
going to warn the father that uh, Sergeant Hobbs and Corporal Box were going uh, to the tent. What's the hysterical nurse name?
Cheery Patterson.
Cheery Patterson tent. So I was going inside the Mrs. Ogilvy tent to tell him.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, in fact, I'm gonna kind of wait and double check something. I have to kind of a weird way that I'm gonna have to. do this. It's still going. The only way I can check this is when it tells me it's done. Okay, then. So, we're going to start then with Doc, Francis, and au revoir. And I'm probably going to add a couple extra time for you. But if you come in first, Doc Francis, Dr. Patterson, because you were um, swiftly moving into the tent, and this happened right before the other group that you noticed decided to come in. And so you, Nurse Ogilvy has her back to you as you come in, and she seems to be a bit to the side, and she's closing some kind of, seems like the large medicine cabinet as you come in. She turns around, and that is when she sees you with your face, and she quickly sort of locks it. You can see that she wears the key around her neck. And she says, "Yes, how can I help you?" and moves to her desk and sits down. "I'm quite busy."
Well, we're all
Doctor?
busy here, Miss Ogilvy. I just came out of a tent with a man that calls himself a doctor, Mr. Watts, electrocuting the patients, the soldiers. Do you authorize this? Do you authorize his work?
Well, yes, Dr. Watts. He's, he is trying to push the frontiers of battlefield medicine, and sometimes this has to be done. You'd be surprised how much we need to do that simple doctors back in England simply do not understand. They haven't developed the skills. Well, Dr. Watts is an intelligent man, and he seems to be making progress. He has told me his reports that he is getting closer to his goals. Well, is there something wrong with trying to help people, Doctor?
The soldiers were terrified of him, and I'm not sure how electrocuting them would help them. The machine was catching on fire inside the tent.
Oh, electrocution, that seems to be a bit strong of a word.
Have you seen his work? It's exactly what he's doing.
Well, of course I've seen it. I completely understand what you're suggesting. I don't understand what electrotherapy might mean, and the reinvigoration of the nerves via a small applied electrical pulses. What are you trying to suggest that I'm incompetent or something, Doctor?
Well, I'm trying to suggest that you're now looking after what the people are doing to the soldiers here. Well, today I had a patient that he died without. Well, I can't say why he died. My surgery was well successful, and he just had a shock and died. And then I'll see a tent filled with scared soldiers and a man electrocuting one of them. He was screaming out of his lungs. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're doing here is correct.
I see. So, you think that somehow you know better than I do about how to run this casualty clearing center. You who have just come in, since I'm sure I am not familiar with you, you've just been transferred, and you're thinking that you should tell me what to do, because somehow you've miraculously discovered the right way to do things. Well, I've been here for months, saving people every single day and making sure that this ramshackle mess of miscreants and underskilled doctors doesn't end up killing everyone. Well, thank you, Captain. What's your name again?
Patterson.
Patterson. Captain Patterson. Well, I will make a note about this, and I will send your concerns to the Major. I see that clearly the men are somewhat afraid of Dr. Watts. Oh, well, Small-minded
afraid of
people
him.
are often
I'm
afraid of.
how he's not helping our cause here. I see the doctors work their ass off during the night, and just a lunatic comes and starts electrocuting them. I don't understand how you think this is helping them. And to be honest, the trucks of corpses tell me otherwise, that you're saving people.
We are in the middle of a war, Captain. It is a unfortunate fact that people.
I've seen less dead men in the front lines than here. Nurse.
You do realize it. Let me find your file, Captain Patterson. It's like,
Nurse
I'm
Ogilvy,
sure.
you have some explaining to do.
Oh, excuse me. And you've just come in also, right? So
Mhm.
this is when you come in. Yeah, all right. So let's put that one on the bam. Okay, is that working? That did not work. So I'll put that to the top.
Swift.
And
Nice.
I have to click it and make it work. All right, hold up. Yes. Oh, excuse me. And who are you?
I am Père Au revoir. I am the chaplain.
Yes.
Why are you allowing heathens to perform last rites on these men?
Heathens? I'm really quite sure what you're speaking about, Father Au revoir. What heathens are you speaking about, sir? Are you what is this? Today seems to be a day in which people seem to want to just oh goodness. Cause me unnecessary stress. Sir, please explain to me exactly what it is that you mean.
I saw an Indian gentleman performing rites on the people.
Well, I saw him too. It's a
Gentleman.
soldier. He's doing pagan prayers to the soldiers. I
Oh.
found it odd too.
Of course, you must be speaking about what that colonial man. Yes, who's working with nurse.
And the soldier is Gurdep.
Yes, of course. He's working with Nurse Borden. Yes, I understand. It's a bit unusual, and under normal circumstances, of course, I wouldn't allow something like that. But really, Miss Borden is a fantastic, exemplary member of this casualty clearing center. She has a recovery rate that is better than the majority of doctors. And quite frankly, I have given her this indulgence because I believe that she feels better and that this man is at least doing something with himself. Otherwise, he'd just be wandering around smoking and chattering about. Lost, of course. He's probably barely speaks the English language, colonials and all that. But I mean, what's the worst that he could do? I mean, he's muttering some ridiculous things under his breath or something. Is that what it is? Good, my dear father.
He could possibly damn their souls to hell.
Oh, Father, I think we're already damned.
I slam my hands on the desk and I look her in the face and I say, Madame, this is no laughing matter.
I see. Yes. So you're concerned about this. Yes, Father Au revoir. I am. You have just also been. You have not transferred. Are you working here, Father Au revoir? Are you simply here? Have you been speaking to Father Pombrel? Is he the one who set you up for this? Is that what it is? He's brought another one on his side?
I have not met this gentleman, but he does seem to have sense.
I find it hard to believe. 2 peas in a pod. Well then, I will log your complaints. I will put them in the same file as Father Pombrel. Obviously, both of you seem to be of the same mind. Strange enough. Well, sir, good man, your um your suggestions and your concerns be duly marked. I shall report them, and I will file them away. I will speak to the major about these things. And I, of course, appreciate your desire to help. Yes, yes. All duly noted. Yes, yes. So, Dr. Francis, yes, I see that you're a surgeon. Yes, I believe that there is some need perhaps for some surgeons to assist in the night surgery duty. I noticed that unfortunately we're running low, so I may have to assign you to double, perhaps even triple shift for the next day, Dr. Patterson. I'm sorry about that. I'm looking through your files. Um, but if you have anything else to say, of course, I will go find the major and talk to him about your complaints. Yes.
That's exactly what I'll do, nurse.
Thank you for your assistance. And she's like has a pencil in her hand, and like she breaks the pencil. She snaps it.
We will all be judged one day, madame.
Oh, I am sure, Father. I am sure. And I know
I'll
where
open the
I will be
tent,
going.
and I'll wait for the father to leave with me.
Yeah, I walk out with him. Pleasure to meet
Okay,
you, doctor.
Pleasure to meet you, father. It's nice to see someone with a common sense here in this hospital.
It seems that this place is lacking that.
It's lacking a lot of things, I'll tell you that. It's lacking doctors, it's lacking good sense, it's lacking organization, a lot of things.
Okay. Then we're going to move to. Is this working now? My timer's not working. Nope. Is it working? Yes, it's working. There we go. But
Oh,
not
is this like a
fantastic.
clock?
Yeah. But it's been having issues. It's supposed to do that. It's supposed to sort of see it turning, and so you realize how much time you have left. So, okay. Sergeant Hobbs, Lance Bombardier Monk. You are following Cheery and to her tent. Um, and she continues her sort of strains, really nervousness. Her, she seems to be really on edge or something. Um, and she's kind of like constantly like sort of babbling. She's kind of babbling about, how frightening it was the other day, how in the field when a caravan got attacked, and how she was never like this when she was home. She wishes she was home, visiting with her parents, and just in the countryside where the air is clean, not this countryside. Sergeant Hobbs, I always appreciate everything you do for me, and you're always so helpful. um, while you're walking around, you notice, as you did before, that that the two men who seem to be paying quite a lot of attention to you while you were talking to Cheery in front of Miss Ogilvy's tent. I'm sorry. Um, are following you. You notice this Sergeant Monk. Lance Bombardier Monk.
Okay, I'll look behind and try to see who is following us.
Yeah, they're two men. One of them is on crutches. He's limping around. Looks like they have lost a leg. And the other one seems to be walking around okay. He looks like he's got an arm in a sling. It's possible that he's lost part of his arm because you don't see a hand. They're stopping at tents every once in a while, moving around, talking, but it's clear that you've made a couple of twists and turns, and they keep on popping up in your peripheral vision.
Okay. Sergeant Hobbs, there are two guys following us. I don't know if you saw it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the guy with one leg limping and the other one with this link.
Miss Patterson, just hold on a second. Let's turn down through these tents. See if they still follow us. Let's do a quick right and a left. And a left again. See what happens.
Oh, okay, no problem. Um, if you guys would like to do that, you can give it a shot. Uh, Something you could also try and do is that you could try and use stealth. So I think a stealth roll would be in order here.
Okay. I have no stealth. But...
Mm. That went well.
Well,
Whoa.
all right.
I leave Sergeant Hobbs behind.
Okay. And so, so this has a cooperation, or actually, this is probably piggybacking. Okay.
Well, maybe I could, if presumably Monk has lost me as well.
Yeah.
But I'll tell him, go with her.
Yeah. So
I'll hide and wait them here. I'll try
Yeah.
to ambush them.
You guys are walking together, so I think you guys have not done a very good job. Actually, because one of the things we could have done would have been this piggybacking rule. So then, when you act together,
Right.
sneaking around, the one investigator leads, spends her points and makes a test. Others spend 1 point each. These are not added to the leader's roll, but give them the benefit of his success. Everyone who cannot spend 1 point increases the difficulty by +2.
Yeah, I don't think either of us have stealth points.
Yeah.
Can I hide? Can I change my action by hiding and waiting for when Sergeant Hobbs go with Cheery, and I wait. I hide and wait for
But
these guys to come near. I want to ambush them.
Okay, but that would have been your stealth test, right? Very simple. So I mean that's it. So neither of you are very successful. So you
Okay.
guide and you take a turn and you move and you notice that they're still right. You just see them. They just sort of got out of the corner of your eye. They're still around there.
Maybe we turn around and confront them then.
Okay. All right. So that's what's going to happen. Okay. Now up to Yuri. All right. Let's see if now this works. Okay, good. It's functioning now. That seems to be working all right. Okay, so Sergeant Lieutenant Probish, you have escaped from the clutches of a very strange doctor. You have seen him. You heard the shouting of what must have been another one of his patients, as you've gotten to get yourself around and change your clothing. Fortunately, now the gauze is packed. It's you're still getting a slow trickle as you've ripped open some of your stitchings, and you are again up to you. I think you went to the officers' mess, and so you are in the officers' mess amongst the non-injured, and you just entered. You see a different slew of officers here, chattering about the front and the last 2 days of battle.
Okay, anything else?
No, I mean that's it.
Okay.
You enter into and that's what you see. There's about four of them, um, of varying ranks, and they just smoking some cigarettes and sitting around a table.
Okay, about my wounds first. I have first aid. Could I try to not make my wound blood so much?
Ah, all right. So let's see. First aid. So each point spent on first aid heals yourself, heals someone else 2, or yourself 1 point.
Okay.
So you can spend points on first aid to try and take care of that wound that you reopened.
Okay, do I roll the
There
dice
is
or
no
just
rolling. Each
expand?
point you spend from your first aid
Okay.
pool does that.
Okay, so I'm gonna expand 2. I have 6, I'm gonna go to 4 now.
Okay, so
Okay.
spend 2, so you healed yourself 1 point of health.
Okay, just a minute, just mark here. Okay,
Okay,
now I have
yep,
3 health.
okay, no problem. All right, so how would you like to proceed?
Okay, I'm going to approach. What time of the day it is?
I
Approximately.
believe that this is now becoming late afternoon.
So I still have time for dark night, like deep night.
Oh, yeah. It's late afternoon. It's far
Great,
from being nighttime yet. Yeah, yeah.
perfect.
3 o'clock, getting on. Yeah, because you had your surgery mid morning. 3 getting on 4. I think that's about the right time that we're talking
Okay, do I know the offers are they longer than me in this camp?
about. Are they what?
Are they here longer than me? These officers.
No, you've never seen them before.
Okay, so I'm gonna approach them and I'm gonna try to start a conversation about the camp that I saw. I just came by, and I have been really curious about this Dr. Watts. Man, he seems to be famous around here, and I would like to know their opinion about his methods and recovering the soldiers to go to war again.
Okay. Um.
Do I need to play anything?
Well, let's see. So if you spend a point in military talk.
I think I don't have anyone left.
Hmm.
Let me
Okay.
just take a look.
Well, then they're going to chatter with you, and they're going to say, "Oh, I think I heard of him. Right. Some soldiers have been complaining. Well, I'm right here just to see, one of my mates. You know, he said that someone spoke to him, said that there's some wanky guy coming around with some kind of some kind of weird device. I, I don't know. Uh, I'll be back on the field real soon. I'm just here for a day or two, making sure one of my buddies is doing all right."
Okay. Uh, anyone else that say anything interesting? Uh,
I mean, they're talking about the last 2 days on the front line, heavy casualties, of course. Again, it's before there's been, you were probably very close to a part of I think it's the second battle of the Scarp that's happening right now, and that's where you would have been sent off. Again, there's both Canadian and Australian forces that
okay.
are attacking in the northern parts. I mean, not really far. I'm talking 8 kilometers from where you are, maybe 10 kilometers at most. Um, you know they do say that they're worried that, like you, they've heard some bad things about this particular casualty clearing center.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And that they again they reiterate they think they've heard of this Nurse Ogilvy and the fact that she seems to be going outside really the bounds of her station and telling people what to do.
Okay.
What
Uh,
let me take a look at your characters here real quick.
okay.
Because what I want to know is okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you don't seem to getting anything particularly new from them. Although they will say that as they were coming in, they saw uh, f- you know, three trucks um, uh, driving off. No, no, I should say that. No, no, no. They saw another caravan coming in from multiple directions. There's lots of new dead coming in, um, and one of them does mention that what he found kind of annoying was these cawing of these crows that seem to be all over this place. And he's worried if they're feeding them here or something, or are they feeding off the dead bodies? It seems very unusual. Um, he seems to not like crows.
Okay. Okay. After I finish these conversations with them, I'm going. There's any place that they keep the files of the personnel.
Well, you would suspect that's either in the major's office or tent, or possibly that belongs to Nurse Ogilvy or whoever the head nurse is. There must be paperwork. You've heard enough that they seem to be the two commanding officers.
Okay. Uh, would they seem unguarded?
Well, I mean, they may not be guarded necessarily. You don't know. You do know there's military police around.
Mm,
This is there, and there are state people stationed here who are not only military police, but they must be part of the protection duty
okay.
nominally.
Well, my patent is higher than them, I imagine.
Um, yeah, we can
Oh,
say that. Yeah, you are of a higher rank than them.
okay. I'm going to try to go to one of these places. Try to find anything that I can find about uh, Ojov, Watts, and Burden.
Okay. Well, that's
I
going to
don't have any
take.
points left in military talk, but I have some points left in credit if there's any of concern.
Yes. Well, I mean, so how are you going to? So I want you to think of how you're going to do this, right? I'm just going to go over to.
I'm just going to
Um,
go over the place like I just did my job. I'm gonna straight, poker face. I know what I'm doing. I know I can. Just gonna do it. Do it.
okay. You're going to end up going straight. The only place you could go is the basically the command center, right, which will be the head nurse's office, right. So you'll be walking towards Nurse Ogilvy's um, desk. I mean, if that's what you would have gotten some information on. You kind of aware that if you ask around, that's going to be where you would have to get that. Okay, so you start heading towards there, and when as you're starting to get there, you see that a someone looks familiar to you, the priest. Um,
Mhm.
the French priest that you actually saw at the bandit station, and it was part of the caravan, and some sort of captain start walking out, out of that desk, in a very hurried and severe manner. All right. So you are going to pass them, and both, therefore, Paul Revoir and Doc Francis, as you know, within minutes of you leaving the Nurse Ogilvy's path, you do notice this author Probish. You seem to remember him being someone involved in helping with the caravan escape. And you both came in just but 2 days ago.
Okay. I'm gonna just pass. No, just make the compliment higher patent. I'm gonna captain.
Sergeant, Sergeant Lieutenant.
And father.
Lieutenant, if you are
And I'm
going
going
in there to have a good conversation, you might as well look elsewhere. I believe there is a rat right over there you can get some answers from.
You're not
that's
getting much
how-
out of her, to be honest.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was really looking forward to find some information about the the people that work here. I've been quite concerned. If you don't mind, Captain, could I ask what you were such a here?
Well, I was here for some concerns about some other doctors working here. Dr. Watts. It was what
I
seemed
guess-
to me torturing some patients.
I visually get surprised when he talks about Watts. Then I look in the tent of Ogville to look if she's hearing our conversation.
No, I mean, you guys are already 10, 15 feet from the front of it.
Okay. There's something. So we have this privacy, right, from everyone else. Of course.
You think you do.
Okay.
Sure seems like it.
What a coincidence, Captain, because I came here for the exact same reason. I have been really concerned about the methods of this so-called Dr. Watts. He might not be
Yes.
the best way to get our soldiers back to war.
For sure, the men are frightened even before they go back to the front lines. It's really not the best way to deal with them.
Allow
But
me to
the nurse
inform you
doesn't
first.
seem to. The nurse doesn't seem to care. She thinks the doctor is doing good work. We should
Allow me to
talk
do
to the
this
major
myself,
if you want
formally.
any change.
I'd like to introduce myself formally. I'm Second Lieutenant Arthur James Probish. The pleasure, and it's in my hand to shake.
I'll shake his hand. I'm Captain Doctor. Doctor, actually, just Doctor Francis Patterson.
Father, we have met before. I don't know if you remember.
I do, my child.
Well, Captain here to help. If you're in need, I'm really concerned about that, and I have talked with some officers, and the place of the officers are one of them, Major Pork, and they also don't see really interested in take care of this opportunity in this camp.
I do
So-
not know you two very well, but I have been compiling some information with some other individuals from the camp that we arrived with.
I would be very glad if you could share with me some of them.
Okay, I'm going to pause there.
Okay.
Cut scene. We're going to go over to Sergeant Holmes and Lance Bombardier George, along with Cheery Patterson. You're hiding near the stopped, and you've tried to move in between tents, and now you are out and about. What are you going to do?
Maybe I can ask Cheery. Cheery, do you know those men that are following us?
I'm going to move to this page here, and she turns around. That's what I want. So I'm gonna put it here, maybe. That's a better one. And she sort of looks around and she goes, maybe. Yeah, maybe they're friends with the nurse. Maybe Could be. You know, Nurse Borden has many friends, many people who are very grateful for her, grateful for all the
Sir,
good things that she does.
sir, move on with Mrs. Cherry here, and I'll try to see what these guys want with us.
Okay, Cherry, show me to your tent.
All right. So she's like, oh, okay, it's just over here. So you know, you go off. Okay. So Lance Bombardier Monk, you know, the men, you know, sort of, you know, you caught them coming around the corner, like, you know, going down the aisles of the tents, right? There's like tents and there's aisles and lanes, and they're sort of like what seem to be walking parallel to you, right? And so, you know, you kind of stopped and you almost like doubled back and you went down, and then, you know, you saw them as you sort of tried to hide in between tents. You know, they'd already, you know, kind of pointed in your direction. Yeah, so you knew you didn't really do a very good job. And now they're just standing around, talking to other soldiers and having a cigarette. You can see the smoke, and the light, you know, the cigarette and burning, as this small group of maybe 4 soldiers, maybe 20 feet away.
Okay, I'll go towards them. I'll confront the nearest guy.
Okay. All right. I mean, the ones who seem to be following you, yes?
Yes.
All right. Okay. How are you going to confront them? Like, what are you going to do? What is
Okay,
confronting?
I'll intimidate the guy saying, "Hey, fellow, I see you were following me. So what's the problem? What are you looking for?"
He's like, oh, all right, man. Hey, there's no need to get all crazy. Just calm down. Calm down. Well, what's the matter? Just walking around. Yeah.
I ask you, what's the matter? I see you and your friend there are trying to follow me and Sergeant Hobbs. So what's the problem?
Okay. Well, just. Look, what's your name again? Soldier.
My name is George. George Monk.
George. Pleased to meet you, George. Look, this this here's Ricky.
Hmm. Okay. How do you do? So, why are you following us?
She looks all friendly with you. Just she's a good girl. We just want to make sure she's okay. There, George. What are you guys talking about?
Hmm. I'll look at the wounds that they have and say, "Are you friends of Mrs. Borden?"
They sort of look at each other and they go, Nurse Borden. Right, man. She's an angel. Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody talks she's an angel, but why specifically? What what does she do that is so special?
Um how are you gonna do this? Are you trying to intimidate them? Are you trying to use military talk? Are you trying to use oral storytelling? What
Okay.
interpersonal skill do you think is going to help you in this?
Uh, I'll use military talk now. I just came in intimidating them, but now I'll ask about Miss Borden using military talk. So I'll say I ask a lot of people talking that she's saying that she's an angel, but what specifically she does? Why is she so good?
Okay. So she's they're like they kind of look at you and they go like, well, yes, you see, George, she understands why it's terrible to be here, right? She she's a good lass. She just wants to heal us and, and and get us all home, right? I mean, I know if we're healed, we have to go back to the front line, but we don't we don't really want to do that. I mean, do you? Do you want to go back to the front line, George? I mean, do you want to do that? Do you
Yeah,
wanna,
I'm here
do you
to
wanna,
do my duty, so I don't mind going back to the front line. You should be ashamed to wanting to leave the war. So, what does she do to make you back home? So I see
but
you
we're
lost
not
your
going
leg. So
to.
what's the trick here?
We're not going to go. Okay. Well, I know. Yes, of course, we're not trying to escape or anything. We're not trying to abandon the army. I just mean we want to be able to go home when the war is done. Of course, it's what we meant. Um,
Mm,
she is very good at what she does, and she's very kind, and she helps everyone. And I think she is the nicest girl here of all of them. Yeah, she's real pretty too. I think. Don't you think? Yeah. Um,
but
so
anyway, you're going home because
gonna
you can't
smoke?
fight no more, right?
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna be fighting anytime soon. And the other guy puts up his arm. Um, and actually, there's four guys here, and the just give me a second here. So one of them doesn't seem like he's really hurt, and he's the one that was Dicky, and right, he's like, yeah, he's like, right, man, I might be going back, but you never know. I really don't want to, but it's okay. Here to serve the country, right? And they all seem kind of uncomfortable now.
Okay.
You started talking to them. Okay, pause. I'm going to go to Sergeant Hobbs. My timer isn't working quite the way I want it to. It's the API thing. The little sub program that runs it is like not doing a good job. So sorry about that. So then, okay, gentlemen, you are going to get yourselves to her tent, Cherry's tent. They had Cherry's tent when you get there. It smells like a gosh darn, it's a disaster. As soon as you get there, you can tell it's kind of like unwashed clothing and mud filled things, and there might be like some food that just got rotting in there. So it smells terrible. She's like, oh, right, okay. Um, so look, like I said, I don't know what to do, Sergeant Hobbs. I'm really really excited about helping Nurse Borden, but I'm kind of worried. Maybe it doesn't really work out the way I want it to. But like I said, she's a really good person, and I think she just wants to do good things.
What exactly is it she's asking you to do, Sherry?
Um. Well. So. She has a um. So Nurse Borden is helping many people, and some people they get special medicine, and another group gets different medicine. You see, and she wants me to help spread the medicine around, to help more people. You see, um, there's medicine that helps people, and then sometimes there's maybe some medicine that doesn't help other people so much, but it's okay, because if I go and I drive around and I send the medicine to different people, the people who do get the good medicine, they'll get really better. Yeah, and that's a good thing. I mean, if some other people don't get as good, maybe they were gonna get sick anyway. But the good people get real good. Does that make sense? Uh,
Sherry, is this the same medicine that I took from you?
Oh no! That's my special medicine. It's to help me keep focused. Actually, can I have another one? Do you mind if I just I need. Did you keep it? Did you take it from her?
Yes.
Like, can I have just? I think I need one now. Just can I
I
get?
tell, I tell you what, Sherry. Maybe I'll let you have one. If you can explain to me why a nurse in a British military hospital would want to give patients medicine that makes them worse.
I don't really know how it works, but they know they've made the medicine and they say it will make other people better. Maybe it'll make me better. I've seen it. Uh, um, I can show you. Yeah. So, I have it here. I have a little. Dallas, I'm sorry I hid it from you, Sergeant House, but it's okay because they can make everyone better here. Um,
But you said it made some people worse, Sherry.
Sometimes, yeah, I know. I don't know. That's why I'm confused. Okay. And she goes, near her bed, near her cot, and underneath her cot, she brings out this, like squarish leather, beaten, torn up leather valleys, and she, puts it on this sort of like small desk, and she starts, opening it, and then uh, and that you see this vials, these like sort of containers of medicine. They're sort of these glass vials, and she says, "This is the medicine, and it's it's special. It's really good. And well, I haven't taken it yet, but it's what I'm supposed to take to other places. Now, shh! Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. I don't want to get the nurse in trouble. I really know she's just trying to do the right thing. And so she gives it to you, and it's like this weird, swirl it around. It's this weird blackish, greenish thing. It's unlabeled. Um, you have no idea what the hell this is. So this is the medicine that we need to give to and then other people will get better. Yes. See, so if I give some of this medicine to the other people, and then the good people, they'll get better. The
What
friends.
I don't understand, Sherry, is if this medicine is going to make people better, why are you so nervous?
Um. Well, I don't know. It's a bit. I said it's a bit strange. I mean, but Nurse Borden's been a bit different since she came back from England. From home, from over across the. I really think she's a bit different, but I think she's trying to do good, and I think this is good, but I'm not sure. I mean,
Different in what way, Sherry?
well, she's so serious. She used to smile more, like really smile. Now she doesn't smile so much. I think she lost the baby. I think that's what happened. I think she had. I think the father died here. She lost. I'm sure she was with baby with child when she went back to England, and when we were stationed somewhere else, and now I don't know. But look, is it wrong if look at war? Like some people have to die so other people can survive, right? So other people can become better and whole. So is it bad? Is it wrong if some people have to die? If they
Sherry,
sacrifice themselves so that we can be better? Is that wrong, Sergeant Hobbs?
I think I can help you, Sherry, but in order to help you, I need you to trust me. We need to go back and uh, find the father and show him this medicine.
Um, do you think he'll want to be part of this? That would be good. If maybe he can bless us, and then I don't know if Borden will like that. I don't think she believes in God anymore.
Sherry, the Lord is on our side, and He moves in mysterious ways. You're going to have to trust me on this one.
Um, okay, yeah. But look, we just you know, as long as we just tell people who are going to help us, because I don't want Nurse Burden to get in trouble. We're not going to get Nurse Burden in trouble, are we? Right?
If Nurse Burden is doing the right thing, Sherry, then she has nothing to worry about.
Oh, good, because she's doing the right thing. Oh, good, oh, good. I knew I could trust you, Sergeant Hobbs. I knew you'd help. Oh, this will be great. You'll help me drive, and we'll spread this to the other 2 casualty claiming centers, and then we'll keep on sending it around, and so many more people will get better. Good, oh, good. Okay, let's go find him. I'll just take one. I know. I'm gonna put this away here. Shh, don't tell anyone. And she's totally wild-eyed.
Shouldn't I suggest that we take the entire stock? Is it large?
It's a big brief. Yeah, it's like a big suitcase. You know what I mean? It's always big, right? It's like a big thing like this, right? Full of bottles.
But I've taken one from her, right? So
Yes, you've taken one from her. Yeah.
So I've got one on me.
Yes.
I can pocket that.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So then you're gonna go. All right. So then that's that. I'm gonna move over back to Patterson, and then Father Roy, and Probish. You guys just chat. Think about what you're gonna do. I'm gonna have to take a trip to the latrine real quick, and I'll be right back.
We gotta figure out a way to link up the party.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of almost, because if the sergeant can go back to you, then only Monk is apart.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Sergeant Hobbs will pass through me, so I'll go with you.
Yeah, I guess it's on the way, isn't it?
Right.
So you don't suspect any, I don't know, evil from the 2 knuckleheads that were following you?
I suspect a bit of evil from Doc Patterson's new uniform.
Gentlemen, all right. What are we doing here?
I had to refresh the page and I didn't see it change the picture.
Okay.
He's gonna be playing the flute in the camp. Fuck it.
I was wondering why. Yeah, why was the flute guy?
I had to refresh the page, and that's like my default image.
Okay. All right. Okay. So how are you guys going to proceed, Probish?
Well, I'm gonna tell them about what Burden told me to go meet her at night for that. I don't know, this code, this thing that she said that I didn't quite understood. But I was really intrigued to get to the bottom of this, and I asked for their opinion.
Logically, I feel like we should. Sorry, you can go.
No, you go.
I feel like logically we should talk to the major, but to be honest, she's the one playing the cards here. Like Major doesn't have any power. It seems like. So maybe leading to another direction would be the best.
I suggest to the lieutenant that not to go in that treatment, for I fear that he'll become one of the many bodies in the trucks. Do you two know about the bodies in the trucks?
Yes,
No, I do
I'm well
not
aware.
bodies in the trucks. I mean, I heard about them, but I don't know how deep the consequences. If there are things that are like, if the soldiers came and were really wounded and then were thrown out by the trucks, or soldiers in good conditions that were killed and then thrown out in the trucks.
I mean, it wouldn't be uncommon to have trucks of bodies, right? We're in a war, but I don't know. I'm sensing foul play. I've had a patient that was recovering fine, and then in an instant he just died on me. I don't know if it's
Was that
what it is.
patient? Was that patient being spoken to by the savage?
Well, savage. It's a rough word, Father. But well, yeah, he was in the tent with the what I presume is the nurse. I forgot her name.
Borden.
Borden.
The Bonner. Yeah, I suspect it was. Well, he was, and he was, yes, indeed, making a prayer for a deity of chaos and destruction. I mean, I'm not the religious Father. Sorry for that, but it doesn't
You
seem
hear
the hospital
father
doesn't
curse
seem.
in French. I am sorry.
But I still find it weird. Like it's not exactly the right place for you be invoking a deity of destruction, right? In an hospital, it doesn't seem right.
Kai, with my occult check, did I know Kali?
Yes, you recognized it. You
Okay.
knew that. I mean, you knew that he was muttering under his breath. It was you didn't know the words exactly, but you recognized the word Kali,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you
Yeah.
kind of had heard it before, and you recognized it was some kind of prayer to Kali, which you know is a goddess of death and destruction, the goddess of death.
But Father, if you're worried that at least my patient, if you're worried about a supernatural cause of death, I doubt that. I could smell from his last breaths. I could smell opioids, like some type of sedative that was mishandled or given to him by mistake or something.
Perhaps
Or
maybe
maybe
just that patient was the one who was killed with opioids, but maybe the others are taken with supernatural causes.
well, I'm not sure, Father. We sure need to search more about this. It's weird. I mean, it's not uncommon to have this amount of corpses, but it's weird at the same time. We're not at the front lines. We should be saving more lives than killing them.
Now, talking about birds, you brought us a topic. I'm not an ornithologist or anything like that, but the other officer said that were crows eating the bodies of the soldiers that were taken from the trucks. Is that something that crows do? I honestly remember.
And I also saw the crows in the on the caravan on their way to the camp.
Crows. This far in the field? In the war?
And eating corpses, I didn't know they were carnivores.
I did not see them eating any corpses.
Oh, anyhow, I also had to make you two aware that I'm post-surgical. I have quite a wound that is insistent to keep open, but I'm managing to keep down a little bit. So please don't request anything to have from me, or I might bleed out.
Oh, you are
Well, I
very
could try
lucky.
and-
You have a doctor right over here.
Yeah, I
Can I do that as a
stay here
pleasure?
for a while. Kai, can I just make a question real quick? Since I didn't know about the crows. Well, I knew it, but Patterson didn't know about the crows. Would I make any relation between the crows and Kali or not?
Do you have any points in occult?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you
1
have occult.
point.
Okay, all right. Okay, you know some things about occult. I mean, you would kind of, it would seem strange to you. I mean, you do know that, I mean, crows. Crows are normally associated um, with this idea of psychopomps. Crows are like whippoorwills, right? They are birds that will basically they are what's the right word? They will
Omens?
carry the souls of the dead with them.
Oh, okay.
That is this sort of this creeps up into your head, right? And that's but it seems coincidence, but
Yeah.
it does.
I mean, the prayer that the soldier was doing to Kali was like so that she would take care of their souls, right?
Yeah, that
Something like
Kali, that Kali would take
Yeah.
care of her souls.
Yeah, he's not that superstitious, so it's just for him. It might be just a weird coincidence, I guess. Okay.
So I will say, do you want to spend the point of occult? You're gonna wait.
Sure.
Okay. You do remember, since you studied and spent time in India, that the crow in Indian mythology is associated with Dhumavati. She is the goddess of strife, loneliness, unfulfilled desires, and inauspicious things. She rides a crow, and crows are partially her servants. And she is also associated with Kali.
Okay.
And so you know that these are crows. It can sometimes, therefore, in Indian mythology, be considered harbingers of doom.
Okay. What's the name of the god? The god again? Sorry.
Dhumvati.
Dhumvati. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Thank you.
At least that's some
Some
interpretations of
yeah.
her are more negative and associate her with Kali.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's all.
Okay, so and I'll also say that 1 point spend will allow you any interactions that you have in the future, right? Possibly with any of the other colonials, right? You can not only use your Hindi but talk about your mythological religious understanding. You can use that as like a free spend, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A 1 point spend on any kind of interpersonal skill that you may want to use in the future, okay?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
You get the point back.
I only had. Oh, wait. So when do I get the point back? Sorry.
No. So I'm saying is you've converted that point into an interpersonal skill point, a floating interpersonal skill key.
Okay, so to any one of those interpersonal ones.
Yeah.
So I can choose to put this on the any interpersonal skill.
Yeah. So just think you have an extra point that you can sort of use to bolster something, right? Using that information. Okay. I'm gonna call it something like a leveraged clue. Okay. Just so you know. All right. Okay. All right. Then let's see. I'm gonna go over to Monk. All right. So Monk. Yeah, sorry, it took a little while to get back to you. That my timer's not working so great, but okay. So, while you've been sitting here, and they kind of changed their tone as soon as you started getting a little critical about their desire to go home. They kind of started, they got a bit more serious, and again, they still sort of friendly to introduce themselves. There's Dickie, right, who John introduced. John's the one on the crutches, and then there's Bernard. Okay, he's the one who's missing an arm.
Okay. I realized that I use my flattery skill and say, hey guys, sorry, I know we started with the wrong foot here. I'm sorry, but I'm a bit stressed out. So you know how it is. But I should show more respect for your situation. I see you all lost a lot here in this war, and I understand why you like to go home. So you're seriously wounded, and you deserve it. So I'm really sorry, but I'd like to speak to Miss Borden. So where could I find her?
Okay, all right, and then as they look at each other, and can you? By the way, that's going to require a 1 point spend of flattery.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll spend it.
We're doing an extra benefit here because you've. I think that's a way for us to talk about how you kind of recovered the situation a little bit. So they look at each other and they go, right. You know, these things happen. Misunderstanding. Yeah. All right. So John's like, I'll tell you what. Right. Look. You know, she's out and about, Miss Borden, but maybe tonight you want to join us. We're gonna get together. You see.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
We're gonna get together, all of us. You know, Nurse Borden fans. We're gonna. Yeah, maybe you'll see. Right, but it's gonna be a little difficult. You're gonna have to sneak yourself out. But you seem like a bit of a good chap, right? So if you get yourself out, you can at least meet some of the other blokes. Go for a smoke. See who's doing what. Oh, they might like you, man. We might be all right. So wait till the lights out. Something close to midnight. You can walk yourself out of the tent. Make your way to the old farmhouse. Yeah.
Old farmhouse.
Yeah. That broken down thing. All the tents are all around it. There's a thing in the middle.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Sorry again. I guess I'll see you later.
Remember, you wait. Lights out about midnight. Well, at least we'll talk a little bit more then.
Okay then.
Okay. And they're like, all right. Well, we'll see you around, mate.
See you guys. And I'll try to follow the Sergeant Hobbs where he went to with Cheery.
Yeah, I mean, you know where they were walking down in one direction,
Okay,
and
yes.
you eventually you see them coming your way, right? After that doesn't take much, right? This all happens simultaneously, and yeah, I mean, you see Sergeant Hobbs. Also, you see George Monk coming your way down these alleys between the tents.
Lance Bombardier.
Yes, sir.
This girl's got a suitcase full of drugs stashed in her tent. We need to go and find the father, see if there's some way we can get this checked out, see what it is. Do you have any trouble with those goons earlier?
Well, actually, it was a bit strange. So I realized they're all seriously wounded, like they're all disabled, and all these guys. They say that Miss Borden is a kind of angel. So I thought it's a bit strange because they're saying that she's helping them to go home. And they are all disabled. And they told me to meet them when the lights out at midnight to go towards the old farmhouse. I don't know, it's a kind of cult, but I think we should check it out.
Can I ask you a question, Kai? These Dickie, John, and Bernard,
Yes.
were they in uniform? Would we know what their rank was? Would they be just ordinary privates?
Let's see, Bernard. You would have noticed that that uh, Dicky was a corporal.
Yeah. So they're all NCOs like us.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other two seem to just be privates.
You outrank
Yeah.
them all.
Yeah. So it's not like we're getting invited to a fancy offices, anything. Say that again, Lance Bombardier.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's pretty strange. I think they all gathered together, so at midnight at the old farmhouse when the lights out. So probably they will meet Miss Borden. So I don't know. It sounds like a cult.
Sounds a bit fishy to me. I suggest we find a father. Safety in numbers and all that.
Okay, let's go. I think it's a good idea.
All right.
Lester?
Well, you guys are gonna have to try and wander around and find each other. It all depends on what the other three guys are doing.
I thought we would head back in the direction of Ogilvy's, wouldn't we? Because that was where we
Yeah.
last saw.
Makes sense.
Okay. All right.
We were just talking like 15 feet
What
from,
feet?
from
Okay.
Yeah,
From
probably
Ogilvy's
just
tent, right?
meandering
Yeah.
a couple feet away from the entrance of her.
Okay, yeah, just 15, 20 feet away. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And, yeah, so it doesn't, I mean, this only happened for a couple of minutes. And so by the time, all this happens, the tents aren't that far away. It's been 10, 15 minutes conversation. Yeah, you guys eventually will, Hobbs and Francis and Cheery. Cheery's still with you. And George Monk, you're all going to meet each other about 3 tents, maybe 2-3 tents over from Nurse Ogilvy's. As you're just there's people walking around, there's nurses, there's other people, other soldiers. It's not nighttime yet. It's probably near dinner yet, maybe chow time, so people are starting to come out, get themselves heading towards the mess halls, chattering.
Ah, Father. Good to see you again.
Hello, Sergeant.
Can we have just a quiet word behind this tent, just to avoid these crowds a second?
Why, of course.
Lance Bombardier and I have just been with Sherry Patterson down to her tent, and she's got a suitcase full of these drugs, and then I show the father the vial. I think we need to find someone who can check these out. From what it sounds, it's helping half the people and killing the other half.
Well, it seems we are in luck. The Lord has sent us a doctor.
Blessed be his name. The Lord, that is, not the doctor.
Yep.
Is there
What I
any
mean?
info on the medicine, like chemical ingredients or something like that?
I believe the doctor will be able to give his professional analysis. Hey,
Would I be close enough, or did you guys?
Captain.
So I salute the captain, I think, and hand him the vial.
I'll just extend my hand to the sergeant to shake his hand. I'm a doctor first, Sergeant.
Pleased to meet you, Doctor.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too. What is it, Father?
This gentleman has just escorted this young woman to her tent. And
I'm no gentleman, Father. I work for a living.
I am sorry, Sergeant. This sergeant had just escorted this young woman to her tent, and it appears she has a repertoire of medication. Would you be able
Medications.
to identify why this little girl needs so much medication?
You said she was delivering those medications to other tents?
Is Sergeant Hobbs is Cheery with you?
She was a second ago.
Okay.
Cheery?
Right. Hi, hello everyone.
Hello, miss. What were you doing with those medicines? Exactly.
Oh, Sergeant Hobbs, are these the men you're talking about?
It's all right, Cheery. You can talk to them. They'll help.
But you sure he's a? Okay. Hi. Look, I don't. Look. It's important that you understand that everything is being done for the best of everyone. Yeah. It's so we can all go back home all in whole again when this all ends. So this is it's a special medicine. It's a special medicine, and there's some people who are we're helping to give this out, this medicine, and because the medicine helps other people get better. You want to people get better, don't you, Doctor? I know I do. And so I just want to get better also. And so this medicine will make everyone get better. Except maybe some people may not get better, but people die in war, right?
So, miss, who is making a gift those medicines? Exactly.
She looks at you, Sergeant Hobbs, very nervously.
It's okay, Cheery. You can go on.
Nurse Borden.
Nurse Borden. Well, I haven't heard. I've heard nothing but good things about her. I don't see
I
why
guess-
we should.
She's a good person and she's helping. So there's nothing wrong with this medicine. It's maybe different, but it helps other people and it's good.
Sure.
And
Well,
what do you mean by get whole again?
I don't really know exactly. This nurse told me that we could all get better, and she's found a special way to make everyone get better. And I don't know exactly how it works, but I know it works. I've seen it. I've seen people. They look good. They're happy. Sometimes they've lost a leg, or maybe something else, and it's okay. They're feeling good, and other people would feel miserable. Like I feel miserable, and I want to get whole again.
Well, I'm not taking you for your word, miss. I completely trust what you're saying, and if it comes from Nurse Zorbina, I haven't met her yet, but I've heard from everyone that I've known so far only good things. I'm not going against your word here, but I would like to take a look at those drugs. It seems something really experimental, and I haven't been working with Zorbin, so I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe I could help her and produce this more effectively, right? Do you mind if I take a look at those medicines?
Yeah, if you think it'll help, it'll help the nurse. So I'm glad we're all in this together. We're not the only ones. There's many. There's many. Good. I'm glad you understand. Here, here, here. Uh, but don't tell anyone. Like, don't tell Nurse Ogilvy, and don't tell Major Parker. I don't want that's where it's a little secret together. Together. Yes. Secret.
Yeah. Yes. I'll keep this as our secret. No problem. Kai, would some? No, I would need like a time to talk with her to use psychoanalysis, right?
That would take a while.
Okay.
You do notice that her eyes are very dilated.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah.
Her teeth are chattering. Her hands are kind of shaky.
Could I like somehow like while we were talking, like I'll just like hold on her, like slightly hold her wrist and like check her pulse slightly, like during just casual.
It's racing. She's on some kind of stimulants.
She gave me like a handful of the drugs, or
she's giving you a bottle. So she's giving you very carefully. She's giving you a bottle. It's a kind of it's a glass bottle that's got this kind of strange, dark, kind of darkish green liquid in it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what the hell it is.
Oh, it's liquid. It's not like
Nope. It's just some strange it's just some strange greenish liquid.
There are no label with chemical ingredients, nothing, right?
Nope, okay. Completely unlabeled.
Do we have like a tent where we could analyze it? Because I have pharmacy, but I
have chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, you could. You would have to sneak into some, operation, possibly room, right? I mean, it is near chow time, so you notice people are moving towards the mess halls tents. So it's possible that you might be able to find a tent that's kind of starting to empty out, or that has a minimum number of people in it.
Should Monk share what he learned as well about the old family?
Can. Yeah, go ahead. I have to visit the latrine again. I'm sorry, I drank a lot of water, so continue.
Okay.
Let's Bombardier. Do you want to share with the captain what you heard?
Okay, so I'll tell you guys that it's strange that I find some earlier today. I find a blind guy telling me that Miss Borden is an angel, and now two other guys, disabled guys, one without a leg and the other without an arm, telling the same thing, that Miss Borden is an angel. So I'll try to ask, where is Mrs. Borden? How can I talk to her? And they told me to wait the lights to go out and about midnight and meet them at the old farmhouse. So I don't know, it sounds like a weird cult, but they all tell about going home, and Miss Borden is helping them to go back home.
Yeah, well, I've heard only good things about Miss Borden too. I've talked to some of the nurses, and well, they say that she's good at what she does, and she's a really, really kind person. It seems I haven't talked to her yet. I haven't had the opportunity. But, well, I find it weird how Miss Ogilvy would give someone any type of help. Like, she's helping Miss Borden. She gave her an assistant. Well, it looks more than one, because Miss Cheery here seems to be helping her as well. I wonder what is it for Miss Ogilvy as well.
Well, the girl doesn't want anybody to tell Miss Ogilvy. Cherry doesn't want us to tell Miss Ogilvy.
Well, but Miss Ogilvy gave her the other assistant, the colony soldier.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, I feel like the only thing that we could do now is, well, what time is it again? It's like 3 p.m., right?
It's getting 4. No, it's not. Now it's getting like 5-ish. Now I've just been talking a lot.
Okay. Would I know how long I would take to examine like a substance like this? like an average.
I mean, you'd have to take a, immediately what you see is not anything you're familiar with.
Yeah, sure. Mm.
Well, I could help you, Captain. I have some knowledge in chemistry.
Oh.
So yeah, you're gonna have to try and find maybe an empty operation tent, right? That
Mhm.
might have some tools. I mean, but clearly, um, you don't really know where they mix, or who's mixing the chemicals. I mean, who's creating the pharmaceuticals, if they're being, done here. Um, but I mean, you do recognize that the main pharmaceutical cabinet is in Miss Ogilvy's office. That's exactly what was being closed as you came in. You saw, like the medicine cabinet shelves exactly as it was.
Yeah, but it's already like all already made. She only has like a cabinet. It doesn't have like gear to examine this type of stuff. Like lab stuff, like flasks, heater or something like that.
Crap.
Do you have any
Well, I
idea
feel like
what,
we would have to
Does
wait
me?
until midnight anyway to follow the lead the monk gave us. So we might as well just try and examine this as well as we can. And after that, if we don't have anything, we should. If we're feeling comfortable with this, we could try and go and discover what's this Miss Zorbin situation, maybe.
I'm fine with figuring out what the hell's in this liquid, you know? I also would like to know what those pills are that she's taking.
Ooh, yeah. Does she have it with her? Someone has the pills?
I have the pills.
Off-game.
Sergeant
yeah,
Hobbs.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we should. Well, we're gonna try and find a pharmacy then, or somewhere that we could analyze those drugs.
Doctor, do you have any idea where there might be these supplies?
Well, I know where the supplies are, but I don't know where they make the supplies here. I haven't had much time. We've only been here for 2 days, and I've been working most of the time. Haven't had time to explore the camps.
I may be able to persuade a nurse with some cheese and wine.
That would be a good idea, Father, for sure.
Maybe we could ask Sherry if she knows where the pharmacy is.
I believe
Yeah.
she
No.
is a walking
Ooh.
pharmacy.
All right.
Kai's not even.
Apart from under the bed in her tent, which seems like a pharmacy.
Well, some of the nurses might be giving her the drugs too. I don't think she need. Yeah.
I wonder who's her contact. You know, like where does she get the drugs from? Like who gives them to her directly?
She got the tablets from Ogilvy, didn't she?
Well, but she's saying that the drugs are the liquid that she's giving is from the other nurse. I always forget her name.
Yeah, I think so.
Zorbin, yeah.
Yes, she has said that that this is all from, not from Ogilvy, but this is from
I would like to
Miss
ask
Gordon.
Miss Patterson if she knows where she gets this stuff, who gives it to her, where she gets it. If there's a different tent.
Well, I just it's Nurse Borden who gave it to me, because I was gonna drive tomorrow to the other clearing casualty clearing centers, CC 841 over there, and CCC 819, CCC, and I was gonna help start distributing to give the help. Because
Miss Patterson, how long has it been since you went to sleep?
I don't remember. Maybe
Hey, doctor,
Maybe
is there any sedative
days
that
ago?
could counteract the stimulants in this
Uh,
child's body? She definitely needs to get some sleep or she will die.
Yeah,
I feel
sure.
fine.
Would I have access to something that? Because I'm not sure what it is. I know it's in stimulant, but would I have access to like a type of I wouldn't say an anesthetic, but like
Antidote?
antidote. But I would have to know what it is, specifically what it is.
I mean, you're a
The
doctor. I mean,
stimulant.
and you have pharmacy. Like that's free. Like you could consider, right, what you would need
Okay.
to do that. But of course, you would need to request that
Mm-hmm.
apparently from the central pharmaceutical storage locker, which is in Miss Ogilvy's office.
But Ogilvy needs to eat at some point as well, doesn't she? Does she go to the mess, or does she eat
She
in a
does.
tent?
Someone might bring her food
You
as well.
you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could,
Someone can
Try
call
and
her
look.
attention.
or we could try and look for somewhere, or I have actually 2 ideas. We stay here, and if someone comes up with the food, we take them away. So she has to leave to eat, or we try and look for somewhere else to try and take a look at those things, and maybe medicate Miss Patterson.
Who has
Or the
not?
father could apologize for banging on the desk and offer her some cheese and wine.
Oh,
And lure her away.
who has not met Miss Ogilvy?
Uh,
I don't think she's gonna be in the right mood for us right now, Sergeant. Unfortunately.
Well, Sergeant Probish hasn't.
Okay.
Well, I saw her when she was talking with Major Parker,
Second.
but I don't think she
But-
really recognized me. That's for sure.
Mhm.
But you haven't gotten
So-
her wrong side yet, like me and the father.
So you haven't met her? Monk, have you met her?
Matter?
Nurse Ogilvy, have you met Nurse Ogilvy?
No, I never talked to her.
Maybe we cause a distraction. Say that there is a high-ranking officer here at the camp who wishes to speak with her and get her out of the tent for a little while.
That's a great idea.
Okay.
We could try that.
Like who you know that we're in like an actual history, so we have to know the name of like a general in the area, right, Kai?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. There's all sorts of.
Oh well, we could use
Major.
like Colonel, Lieutenant Colonel.
Yeah. Either way,
You want to talk
you
to
know.
Major and the Major Parker, call her to talk with this Upper Hank.
Yeah, colonel
Maybe-
would definitely work. A colonel or general, even a first star, a 1-star would work. But
How about
anybody
Lord
higher
Kitchen?
ranked than anybody in the camp currently.
So the Battle of the Scarp, which would have been the main combat happening here. And let's see. 3 of the armies, the ex-British Expeditionary Force with Field Marshal Sir Douglas Haig were in the Arras sector. The 5th Army, General Herbert Gall in the south. The 3rd Army, General Edmund Allaby in the center. And the 1st Army, General Henry Home in the north. So, if you want to go up that high, I mean, would a general be taking a visit possibly to a casualty clearing center, or any other? You guys clearly know a whole set of command above you, right? So you could name drop. That'd be military talk. That's fine. Anybody who's military talk can just name drop that.
I've got military.
I mean, Probus, you've got military talk, right?
Yeah, but I don't have any left points. I don't know if.
I mean, it
counts.
okay.
It does.
I've got it too.
So, you could, instead of military talk, is there another skill you want to use, Probish?
Well, I could use my private rating, but maybe
You could
Sure.
credit rating. Credit rating does indicate that you are a
What?
high-ranking officer, right? You're not just some private.
Uh,
So you could try and set up military talks a bit like cop talk, but nurse, the nurses here, they're not really military, right?
Mhm.
They're kind of militarized. They've been sort of deputized in the military, but many of them might be Red Cross. Some of them are clearly, Ogilvy seems to be, military
Mhm.
ish background. Is there anything else you could use? Intimidation,
Intimidation.
reassurance.
Yeah, I
Okay.
could depend of how the nurse looks like. I think we could use three of these options. One of these three options.
Okay, you tell me how you're going to game. Okay, what are you going to do?
So, I'm going to be the one to go inside to get the papers.
Okay.
If you feel you
So you're-
have that, can I
But what-
Kai, can I give him a point from my reassurance to aid his? thing?
You'd have
Does it
to
work
you'd have
like
to be
that?
there. Like you could piggyback with him, right?
But
Or
that
you
means I
could.
would have to go in there.
Yeah, you'd have to help him, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
got to be
okay.
like
Yeah, that's
you
fine.
you
I'm sorry.
makes sense. Yeah,
Okay.
you're
Okay.
aiding him somehow.
So, let's make the.
Come up with your game
Like
plan. What are you going to
the
say?
life
How are you going to pull this
trade.
off?
I'm going to go there and I'm going to ask for the paper for Dr. Watts, Ogville, and Burden. And I'm going to use the name of which generation we found.
You can just name drop. Someone who's maybe a general.
Field Marshal Teague.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna name drop a general. That he's
Yeah.
requiring Major Parker of some papers, and I'm here to take them, and etc. So here we go, gentlemen. Wish me luck.
I believe you have
Good luck.
this.
That's
God bless him.
Okay, well, I'm going there.
All right. So you go in there, and you see that she is, it's been maybe this whole situation's been maybe half hour, 45 minutes. She's moving. She's just doing paperwork, right, and shuffling, and she's talking to some nurses. There are some nurses there, and she seems to be, scolding them about something. And she sees you come in, and the nurses turn around, and they sort of, and she goes, yes, how can I help you, Sergeant Lieutenant?
Arthur Brubbish. I'm here in the orders, on the request of Field Marshal Sir Douglas Haig, who just came by and asked for the Major Parker to make some papers, and I'm here to deliver them these papers. I would like the papers of Dr. Watts, Nurse Ogville, and Zena Burden.
Oh yeah, Second Lieutenant. I saw that. Right. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Well, Second Lieutenant, Probish. Yes. Well, that sounds like quite an unusual request for them.
Indeed. Quite unusual for an officer to make this paperwork job, but what can I do?
Well, do you have the letter of request or for any of this from the general? This is highly unusual.
I know, but the Field Marshal is in a hurry. I also don't like the smell of this, but who am I to talk up to them?
Okay.
I think I could use reassurance this part. Like, I am agreeing with her, like, yeah, you're right, yeah, that's totally bums.
Okay, sure. Spend a point of reassurance because she's like, she starts talking to you and she's like, she seems, unbelievable that they would send someone from the front lines. And didn't someone talk to the major? Why? And
Wait.
no, she's just like, well, why wasn't this order sent to Major Parker? Why didn't Major Parker come himself? What are you going to say as you're reassuring her, having spent a point?
Peraí, eu não tô achando reassuring. Ah, aqui.
Yeah.
Found it. I'm pressing not going. Okay, I'm gonna just roll the dice here.
No, there's no dice roll.
Oh, just spend one.
No, just spend the point. These are not general skills. These are interpersonal
Okay.
skills. You're
So-
just spending. You're trying to get extra benefits, right?
Okay.
Which is like, if it was an easy clue or like a fundamental clue, I would just say you got the clue, a core clue. Some of these are like extra benefits or like, a little bit more useful detail. We do point spends for those.
Okay.
You just spend it,
I
and that's
spend
what. Okay. And so, what do you say when she says like, how come the major? How come you didn't go to the major first?
I came from the major.
Oh, well,
The raider said that if the marshal's coming, he wants the realtor of the goings of the camp, and also how the men responsible for this. And Major Parker said that you three were one of the men's workers here.
well,
When
okay.
he asked me to come and retrieve the papers.
Well, yes, of course. So, and so I guess I must be giving the tour then. Of course, that's what the major wants. Of course, I would be leading the tour for a general. And you said you wanted the paperwork, but you need to review the situation about personnel file about Watts. Is that what it is? And who else?
Probably the qualifications and how
Yes,
long you have in the military. I think I did probably nothing about the work with the soldiers specifically. The results, maybe any statistics that we might have.
Yes, yes, of course. A general will want to know how much work we're doing here and how we're pushing forward science and medicine. Yes, of course. I'll be happy to tell Dr. Watts about all this. Here is a personnel file, Dr. Watts, and she gives you the personnel files, Dr. Watts, and then the nurse. Yes, she's wonderful. She is. Yes, I will definitely arrange her to come meet you and the general, and she will be part of the tour. Yes, she will. She and I will give the tour of the Casualty Clearing Center along with Dr. Watts. Yes, and so she gives you the paperwork.
But what man, I must, nurse, I'm sorry, I must ask for the way to be called. After all, you don't want to fill the marshal with a lot of small talk. You want to be busy, you must wait to be called, okay?
Well, this is highly unusual.
I know, and that's why we need to make this the most easy to run through.
Well,
Probably an emergency.
when will this be happening?
He's coming. He might get in a minute.
Oh dear. Yes, of course.
They're probably
Well
going to
then.
be in the middle of the night. And a lot of noise not going to be good.
Well then, yes, of course.
That's why I'm asking you to be more. It's not quite the word I'm searching, but I don't remember neither the language that I speak, so I'm going for this one.
Well, of course. That's wonderful. Now, by the way, are you trying to get her to leave the tent?
No, I just
Oh.
trying to get the papers, and I leave the tent. She's gonna stay, or whatever she's going to do. I just
Okay.
say, I just try not to get her to go to Major Parker.
Yes. Okay. I see. All right. So that's your goal here.
We kind of needed her out of the tent, man.
what's
Yeah,
the plan to
wasn't
get
that-
her out of the tent so we can
Wasn't
rob
that
it?
part of the plan to get her out of the tent?
Yeah.
Okay, so I lost that part of the plan.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe outside and thinking about sending someone in after him.
Oh, okay. Can I change the plan, Kai?
Well,
No,
You know.
we could send him. We could
I can
send
say,
him Monk.
well, go warm Watts and Burden about that, but don't go to Major Parker right now, like this.
right. Yes, of course. Perhaps.
After all, you know the own goings of this place better than everyone else here, so I should be
Well,
talking of how
this
you
is-
maintain this place.
This is true. Oh, finally, I've had to speak with a an endless line of buffoons today. Finally, some recognition for all the good work that I do instead of
Oh, I
complaints.
understand you. If there's a thing that is in this camp, it's buffoons. Oh, jeez.
Good. Well, sir. Well, very good. Very good. Second lieutenant. It's all a bit unusual, but That's war. And, yes. Well then! Okay. And she screams out, well, Nurse! Nurse Batman! Nurse! And she kind of starts going off, walking, and sort of screeching.
Okay, I thank her for what she did. I get out of the tent and I give a wink to everyone, and I don't go straight to them. I go to a little bit off, so I don't make it clear that I was just going. I'm with them, so I go to a nearby tree and let them come to me.
Okay.
Like with a little nod in my head, I just like, dear motherfuckers.
Okay. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, just happened.
Why is that tree making strange noises?
Come on, it's Sonic coming out of the tent.
Did I see Audrey leaving the tent? Because I mean, like, we would be looking at it.
Yeah,
Where-
yeah. You saw him. You saw him.
Hey, I wink at them. I wink
Okay.
at the papers. I
Okay,
nodded my head.
I'll grab Monk and I'll say, gentlemen, keep an eye out. We're gonna try and work this out as fast as we can. I'll grab
Okay,
Monk
let's
and
go.
Rush inside the tent.
All right.
With
and-
the medicine that I can get from Hobbs, that is the one that Cherry's taken,
Yep.
and the green fluid.
Okay, no problem. All right, so you see a large desk covered with paperwork. I mean, it's all in neat stacks and so forth and so on. You know, folder files and all sorts of paperwork and a stamp, and everything's quite very neat and all in the right place, and a blotting pad and all these things. Yes, and so
Okay.
you know,
so,
a little couple feet behind that is a very large sort of cabinet. That cabinet, right, and this cabinet is kind of a wood cabinet. You can't see into it. You can tell that it's got sort of a lock on the front. This was a large cabinet that you saw Nurse Ogilvy opening, and you noticed that it had medical, bottles of medicine and so forth and so on. Just as she was closing.
she has the key on her neck, right?
Yes.
Fuck.
Captain, is this the cabinet?
I
Maybe we can try to open it by force.
Well, just
Good.
It's not very. So,
I feel like that's the only way. Just can I check if she left it open, even though it's highly unlikely?
It's
But-
not. It's not open.
Fuck. Okay.
It's definitely locked.
That's all I
Okay.
can see, right? So there's no like lab. It's just paperwork and the cabinet, right?
Oh, I mean, okay, the tent is maybe in some sections. So here's that. There's that. Yes, maybe further in the back, you might see that there is probably a table. With some, I presume, pharmaceutical tools.
Okay.
Because that's what you're looking for. Yeah, at some point in this desk, in this area, you will see that there is a kind of subdivision of the tent, right? And so, like a subdivided room, there is a smaller space that seems to be a mixing lab, although there's nothing there to mix.
Okay. Okay. The paperwork. The paperwork that's on her desk. If I give it a quick look, what is it? What are those papers?
Oh, these seem to be death reports.
can we use evidence collection?
Yes, you
Could I use accounting or bureaucracy to know if there's like any shipment of drugs coming from other places?
If you start, okay, so whoa, yeah, all right, so you went, you noticed there's a kind of a kind of a small pharmaceutical lab. Yeah, if you're
Yeah, but
doing
I was
evidence
thinking-
collection on the desk, that's fine. Evidence collection at the desk says that there's a pile of death certificates. All these death certificates, there must be 20, 30 of them, and they're just for the last 2 days.
Okay.
And
But
evidence
that's all
collection.
that's-
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, what
That's
else are you
all that we
looking?
can find in the desk. Because I mean, like, if they have like any shipment of drugs, I imagine there would be paperwork.
Yes, there is paperwork about shipments. Yeah, I mean, you find some other places. You're rifling through, and you notice, yes, of course, there's invoices and receipts for drug shipments. There's a whole range of drug shipments, all sorts of things. Um, so
Okay.
sedatives and anesthesia and opiates and all sorts of things.
Any strange medicine or weight
Yeah, anything
to
uncommon?
absurd
Nothing,
weights?
nothing unusual there. No,
Okay.
there is nothing
Okay.
unusual there.
I'll try to open the cabinet. Oh, I don't know. I have mechanical repair won't help me, but maybe athletics. I'll try to open with my
Excuse me.
physical strengths.
Kai, I'm keeping watch outside, aren't I? So I can't see any of this in the tent.
No, you don't, but you do notice that there's a set of nurses coming with trays of food heading towards you.
Can I use military talk to tell them Nurse Ogilvy's very busy and must not be disturbed at any cost and to leave the food with me?
Yes, you can. Yes, so you will chat that up.
Do I
Okay.
need to spend a point to do that?
How many points? How many do you have left in your pool?
Cop talk, isn't it? I've got 4.
Yeah. Let's say you're thinking like, but where is she gone? And I said that doesn't. No, I forget it. That's not even a point spent. That's fine.
Okay.
They listen to you. No problem. They listen to you. And so they walk away. Yeah. And you have a tray of food in your hand, and while you guys are looking around. Okay, so like I said, evidence collection on the desk. And you will notice that you have a couple of options. You can try and break it, right? Or you can try and use locksmith.
I don't think I have it.
I don't have locksmiths.
I'm not that type of doctor.
Can I take the tray of food inside?
Yes, you can. Sure.
While I'm taking the tray of food in, do I happen to notice that they are trying to get into the cabinet and mention that I have locksmith abilities?
You could. You see the both of them look staring at this, tall, maybe two, almost, 1.75-meter cabinet. They're trying to crack it open. You see one of them with a pen or sticking it into the lock. They're confused.
I will take that food from you, Sergeant, and you may assist them.
Yeah. Okay.
What kind of food does she have?
Do I need to roll to?
Nope.
No.
This is a straightforward, simple lock. When you look at it, you take out
the
you
head
take out
I always carry.
yes, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. You pick it. It's it takes you like 30 seconds. You hear the tumblers go, and easily it opens. The contents of the closet are reasonably organized, but there are several empty bottles. Some of the labels are missing, or they seem to be badly smudged, like someone's rubbed them off. There are some the more uncommon supplies. All the stimulants are missing.
Would I find any leftovers of the jar on the stimulants that match the thing that Miss Patterson's taking?
Yes, I mean in terms of the names, yeah, one of the bottle that she had is definitely one of the stimulants that should be on. That you should
Does it
have.
have its name on the label, just to be sure that I'm not gonna kill her?
Yes.
Giving her another type of medicine.
No. No. I mean, they're all gone. It's like there's no many. Many of them are missing. But you can definitely tell that one of the missing ones is the same thing that she's taking, right?
Okay.
Is what I mean. So there's
Okay.
there's lots of missing stimulants. There's whole rows of them gone. There's labels on them. Like you can imagine, this thing is quite wide. right? Like a big cabinet, right, with big double doors that open. And then there's also some bottles of some strange, darkish green liquid
I will smell it and see if
tucked
it's the same.
on
Well,
the bottom shelf. Oh yeah,
No
oh,
labels?
no
Like
labels.
they want to have, right? Okay.
Yeah, no labels.
When he
Um,
smells, I'm gonna give it a sniff to see if I can recognize it with like my knowledge on medicine
oh,
and pharmacy.
it's. I mean, you haven't done any specific thing, but you kind of get the smell of possibly some sort of opium extract in there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should go back outside and keep an eye out.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Sergeant.
okay.
All right. But if you wanna take a if you wanna quickly use the pharmaceutical area.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna use it for sure. Yeah. Now that because I thought maybe somewhere would have a label, but okay, sure. I'll try and use the pharmaceutical table.
Okay, either pharmaceutical or chemistry, either one. You would.
I have
think-
pharmacy. I'll try and use.
I
Pharmacy
have
for that.
chemistry if it's gonna help.
Yeah.
We
So
could try. No, sorry.
yeah. So I actually one of you can spend either pharmacy or chemistry. It's your choice. Who would like to do that? Maybe go ahead. Maybe while you are looking at some things, Monk, you can. I don't care whoever does it.
I can spend. I have 4 points in chemistry.
Okay.
No problem.
So I mean, there's a couple of reagents and stuff. This. That's available for testing. So you don't have anything to mix, but you can test it. And you go through a battery of tests, and you know enough about chemistry to recognize that, this doesn't react with anything you would think. It's not an acid. It's not a base. It doesn't seem to be doing anything you would think. You already got a smell of a whiff of opium off of it, Francis. This stuff is very viscous, and Patterson, you think it might be some kind of sedative mixture, but the way the liquid kind of swirls around, it's very unusual to you, George, Monk. I mean, you think it might even be biological of origin,
Okay.
like it's like maybe it's some sort of like almost like it was like a mucus or something. You're not really quite sure what the heck this is. Because it reacts like it's got some kind of biological enzymes in it.
Okay.
Quite sure.
How many pharmacy points would I have to pay for me to do a whole pharmaceutical test on it?
There's no more information you can gain from the equipment you have available to you.
I didn't spend any points. Should I spend 1 point for the information?
No,
gained?
it's okay. You've got the metagaming. You've got the information. It certainly doesn't, but it doesn't resemble anything that should be in that closet. Okay.
Okay.
Nothing. And when you look through the paperwork, the evidence collection, again, this is taking a couple minutes, right? You're doing this back and forth very quickly. It doesn't take much to just put a bunch of reagents and see what happens. Certainly one of the things you notice is that there seems to be a lot of orders for sedatives, and no orders for this stuff. And there's certainly no orders for an excessive amount of opium or opium sedatives.
Mhm.
So they are mixing it in here in the camp, probably.
It might be.
Possibly.
It might be.
And I don't know. There's something biological. It's strange. It's not like a lab bench.
Maybe there's a plant extract or some kind of animal extract.
No.
Because
Can I find anything on the tents, like any material? Like,
I mean, time is passing.
What's her food taste like?
What's what?
What's her food taste like?
Well, I mean, I guess it's standard military food at this point in time.
So she
No
doesn't
salt.
get any special meals.
No, as a matter of fact, it's like especially bland. It's like very overboiled vegetables, mashed potatoes, and
I sneezed on it when I brought it in.
I mean, you taste it, and it's essentially it's awful. I mean, it's food, but it seems to be even more tasteless than the normal um, military food that you've been getting.
Makes au revoir homesick.
Yeah. All right. So, you do see some nurses eventually coming by. There's some more nurses, and as they come up, um, and they're walking towards the tent.
I'm gonna walk out.
We see or
No, you don't. You're inside, guys. I'm telling the guys outside.
Good.
And Chewy's like, what are we doing? I don't. Oh my gosh, what if Miss Ogilvy realizes they were here? I don't know what your friends are doing, but this could be very, very bad. We should really go. She's like starting to get nervous.
Calm down, Shiri. Can I use my rank to tell the nurses that? Can I go with the Field Marshal Douglas Haig story as well?
You could.
And say, nurses, what are you doing here? You're meant to be over with Major Potts and Nurse Ogilvy. Field Marshal Haig's here. Have you not heard? You're meant to be giving them a tour.
Field Marshal Haig? Well, no, I never heard of this. Oh my goodness. Well, where? Oh no. We better clean the Sergio stations. Where did Miss Ogilvy go? She wants us with him. Which way?
That way.
And they just go that way. Yeah. They're completely confused and they're suddenly like really anxious and nervous, and they're waddling down. These just kind of big white kind of hats that they're wearing are just kind of shaking as they walk off. All right, so you guys, you do this quick search. It takes a couple of minutes, yeah, and you don't know what this stuff is, but you definitely know that this is not the way it's supposed to be. So something's wrong here. That is for certain. Something's wrong in the paperwork, and no one knows where this green weird liquid is coming from.
Okay, Captain, I think we should go. I'll try to search one more thing in the cabinet. Is there something like a chloroform or a kind of sedative I can use, like to make people just?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of, there's certainly a whole slew of potential sedatives in there,
I'm gonna make sure that we hide our presence in the lab.
Okay.
Like any leftovers that we might leave, or something that like if something that I don't have time to clean, I'll like just chuck it in my pocket and I'll break it somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Like leave no trace that we've been here.
Sure. Okay.
And after that, I know what's the drug that Cherry's taking, right? Could I try and find like in the cabinet anything that would like counter effect it? After I do the
I mean, you have a slew of potential, sedatives that are in there. So with pharmacy, no problem. You can find something that
I'll take enough of a dose that I feel like would help her to be herself again.
Sure.
And bucket it.
So basically, what you probably get is some sort of barbiturate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could I get some chloroform
You
or
could.
something like it?
Yes, you can find some chloroform in there. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'll get a bottle. Just for
I mean, there's like there's a kind of a chloroform, for surgical anesthetic uses. Yes.
Okay.
Good idea, Mark. Good idea.
We never know.
Well, after we finish with that, just get the hell out of the tent.
Okay.
Around what time?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. You come in?
Well, around what time is it?
Now, this has all been taking a while, guys, so it must be like 6 o'clock now. You guys have been like yammering and kind of talking for 20 minutes and then faking the nurse out, and then, so it's probably getting close to the end of chow time.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of the tent.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
look like we can get any further with the equipment that we have. So
And you do notice, Father Avois, that people are, the people are starting to congregate near the tents again. Right? They're coming again.
I believe we have overstayed our visit.
well, did we leave the tent already, or are we
Yeah,
still
you guys left the tent in
Yeah.
front of the tent. You're talking with him,
Okay.
and you hear off in a distance a certain type of high-pitched screeching sound that you identify as the long-off voice of Nurse Ogilvy yelling at someone.
Well, we should scatter and meet somewhere else
That
Oh,
is-
okay.
in a couple of minutes.
Mess, we're probably getting hungry as well, aren't we?
Sure. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yuri, yes.
While they are in the tent, could I read the files that I took? Would be the light to do this?
Yeah, yes, you can. What are you
Okay.
trying to look for?
I'm trying to understand who they are, the three files that I took. I would like to see if she gave me some death statistics. I think that it said that. I don't remember exactly. Well, I tried to take everything that I get, like where are the doctor from? What is he doing? If there's if there's anything about that thing with the electricity, what is the background of Ogilvy and Burden? If they have been in the same school, if they have any contact with prior to this camp,
Okay.
so, and if the death
Okay,
the death statistic has risen after any of them had come by.
You get personnel files, so you don't know the statistics. What you do know is this. Dr. Watts is a graduate of Eton and a graduate of Oxford, and then went to medical school before he came into the military.
Okay.
What you do see is that before he joined, he has been moved around to at least 20 different, clearing stations in the last 2 years.
Plus two.
Yes, so he's moved around 20 times in the last 2 years.
Okay, in the last 2 years. Is that a lot or an expected number?
You don't know.
Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna
You
ask.
have no idea. You have no idea.
Okay.
But somewhere buried in there is a note that he was discharged from his hospital appointment in London before joining the military.
Okay, what about Ogilvy and Burden?
Well, Ogville seems to be a career nurse. She has been, again, when you're looking at this, doing this, for a while. She seems to have a very exemplary record, and she has been running this particular clearing station as it's been moving around for at least 2 years.
Fuck, that's a long time.
Yeah, so she's been associated with this particular clearing station for a while. Now, you do get, information about a nurse. Nurse.
Burden?
Burden. Borden, and it clearly says that she was released for a 2-month treatment back in England for psychological and moral reasons.
So the only one that is a little bit mad is Burden. The other two seems to be clean. Okay, I gotta close the files. I'm deeply disappointed with myself and with this results. What do I see What's going on?
I mean, what else what else are you looking for? Is there something specific you're looking for?
No, that was I'm looking for.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, so
History, no, that the history.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, you get this sense. You know, you have some handwritten notes on like Watts's reports. Sort of like you know, like sort of like little handwritten papers, right? And sort of like there's like some names, right? Like a list of names. There's maybe you find it in a paperwork as you're looking through it. It's probably maybe 20, 30 names, and they've been like sort of scratched up.
Do you recognize any of the names?
Nope, they're just private this and corporal that and
Oh, there are
Lieutenant
patents in this.
Lance Bombardier so and so.
Just non-officer names. No, non-enlisted ranks.
Yeah, not enlisted officer rank. Yep.
Oh, just unlisted ranks actually.
Yep.
Ooh, that's interesting. He had been noting the names of the people he has working probably. Well, at least that's the assumption that I make. Okay, anything else? On the right, finish.
Nope. You don't get it. You know, you don't get it. Anything else?
Okay, I'm
besides,
finished, and I see if it would be safe to interact with the other players.
You can. I mean, people are kind of coming back, and there's a lot of mingling going on. But you do definitely hear Nurse Ogilvy's voice off in the distance. I want to make sure. Nurse Ogilvy has been a military nurse for 30 years.
Yep, she knows the fuck she's doing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try not to be in her sight, and I'm gonna try to talk to any of them. If the next 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, I don't see any opening to get to talk with the rest of the group.
Oh no! I mean, it's been. I mean, why wouldn't you be able to walk to them? I mean, Ogilvy isn't around. It's been relatively quiet. You know, everyone was eating. So any point in time, like depends how you were running through this. You know.
Okay, so when they are getting out of the tent, I'm gonna talk to them.
Okay, go do it. Like,
Okay.
it's getting busier now, though. So, you guys better. And the nurse is like you hear the nurse off in the distance. That's all I
Okay.
can tell you.
I get to them. Well, any good results? I don't got any good things about the met.
What did you
My
find
eyes-
out?
Okay, one at a time.
Sorry.
Might I suggest we go to the mess before the nurses come back?
Yes, let's get out of here. We can.
Yeah,
talk
totally.
sometimes.
Where should we go? There is a safe room that we could take. I don't think the officer's room would be a good idea. It's a freeway
And I
coming
feel
through.
and I feel like the place where people eat is gonna be hard too, because she knows a couple of our faces, and
There's-
some of the
there's no-
nurses talk to Hobbs. So
Plus, Lance Bombardier and I wouldn't be allowed in the officers' mess either, I imagine.
Kai, do I have enough cheese to feed everyone? Cheese and wine.
Yeah, you could. I mean, that might end up taking one of your credit points off if you try and feed everyone here. But
I'll be alright with that. So we can keep
Okay.
our anonymity.
So let's find a place that's like on the outskirts of the camp, I guess, where it's quiet and we can talk. And there's not a lot of people.
Okay,
looking
let's
at
move.
us.
Let's move. So,
Near
shut
the-
up.
Near the church.
That might work. If you have any place that we could stay there for there.
Yes, I'm okay near the dead. I do not know if you can eat around that smell.
Nobody likes to be
Oh
near
yeah,
the
the church near
hospital.
the.
I think we'll. I think we'll be
Unless
alone
we-
there.
Unless we want to check out the old farmhouse before everyone gets there.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, that could be. It's what 6, 7 p.m. something like that.
It's like 6 p.m. now, becoming 6:15. Many more people are coming from the mess hall. There seems to be a flurry of activity.
Kai,
Sure,
what
we could
kind
try
of
that.
terrain is around the camp? Like, is
It,
it woods?
it's a very flat
plains?
field.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole place is very, very flat. It's a middle of a farm field. So it's, I mean, there might be a gentle rise here and there, but it looks like it's a northern, like, flatland.
If we
So
can
the
like
farmhouse
go
would
on
be a good place.
an outskirts, like the corner of the camp, like behind one of the tents.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think like actually yeah, that would be better because people are gonna go to the farmhouse later. So somewhere that people are really not
Yeah.
gonna be, it's better.
Yeah, just so we can eat, you know.
Yeah,
You talk
Sure.
privately. Yeah, it's up to.
let's do it.
Okay, in the way I go talking about what I found, and I said Dr. Watts is a highly educated doctor, but he
Oh, by
has
the way,
some.
we bring in Chiri with us, right? She knows what we've done.
It's up to you
I don't think
guys.
that's a good idea.
I feel like Hobbs would be the one that could handle her because she's a little.
Are we trying to like give her
Thank you very
that sedative and so we can bring her to her room and go to sleep?
You could.
Well, I have some chloroform.
That's gonna be some weird shit.
I still
Her
have
to
some.
sleep.
I like to question her a little more, but not here.
Could it be before we quite kidnap her?
Let's take her with us. Any problem? Well,
Wine's the depressant. Should we give her the wine?
yeah.
Yeah.
I will not waste all this French wine on this child.
I can't drink it. I'm a Methodist.
All right, then we're going to a corner of the hospital and eat and talk.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and during the way I still talked to them, and I said, what looks like a good educated doctor, but he keeps a lot of names of low ranks names with his files. Ogville has been here most part of the war, the last 2 years at least, and the only one that seems a little bit more fishy is Burden, because she went to the psychological rehabilitation thing, whatever.
Well,
And that's what I got.
It said that she had a temporary dismissal and treatment back in England for psychological and moral reasons.
Okay, now you guys know that.
Psychological and moral. Okay.
Hmm.
She does seem fishy.
Don't know what that means, but
She told us that she was pregnant, right?
that that is indeed something that Cheery has told someone.
It was
Yeah.
Hobbs.
Yeah, she said she went back to England and came back much more serious. Something about. Did she tell me she was going to have a baby?
She said that Cheery said that she was sure that Nurse Borden was with child before she went to
That's
England, and she came back without. And during her tittering and kind of strange, let's say, stimulant adult conversations, she did also suggest that it seems like whoever she had the baby with might have died.
Oof.
So she said, I don't know if you probably caught it, but your character would have. So in her jabbering, she said that the father must have died in the trenches.
Hmm.
So when she left and she was with child, how long was she gone to England and back? You know what I mean? What was it? Like what term was she in?
Must have been. I mean, if you're gonna have to ask Cheery, right?
We haven't chloroformed her yet, have we?
No.
Yeah.
As you're
I
walking with
gotta
her,
ask her, gotta
and
ask
she's
her
like,
some questions too.
what are you talking about? What are we gonna do now? I hope. Oh my God! I hope Ogilvy doesn't. She's gonna realize that you've lied, and we're all gonna be in trouble. And she's gonna make me clean the latrines. She's gonna make you clean the latrines, and it's gonna be terrible.
No, calm down. Nothing.
Chill out, woman.
Sergeant Hobbs, can I have my medicine, please? Please.
About your medicine, Cheery, I found something that's gonna treat your problem really well as well. Okay, I found the medication that you were taking back in your cabin, and this one I'll give the dosage to her. This one's gonna make the same effects to you, but it's gonna be a little quicker.
What?
Trust me on that?
Yeah. Okay. Using reassurance.
Yeah.
Okay. She's like, oh, okay. And what do you give her? Like a pill or like a liquid? Like what do you give her?
I'm gonna give her the pills that I got that would like counter effect the drug that she's taking.
Aha. Okay. Gotcha.
The ones that I cut like after I cleaned up the lab.
Yeah. So you're essentially to give her a downer.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, I've got something for us.
Ooh.
I'm going to do that. So this is kind of, I suppose, a possible arrangement of what the place would look like. A general.
It's huge.
The trucks were maybe like, I don't think there's a station here. Like, obviously it's not quite like this, but there was a railroad here, right? And yeah, there was like a bunch of cars here, and the trucks were probably maybe over here. Yeah, because it wouldn't be too far from the mortuary, which is over here. Yeah, so trucks are probably somewhere around here.
We want to be in like a
Something like
corner,
this.
like out here or out here, right?
Yeah. Again, this isn't actually Casualty Clearing Center number 19, but the layout is probably something similar. So obviously, you guys have been in canteens over here. Yeah, and so you guys were probably somewhere maybe somewhere around here, near the operating theater, where the head nurse would have it. There's probably more tents being brought up over there.
Well, when we get to the place that we're gonna rest, I
Yeah.
would like to question Cheery a little bit.
And so you're coming down this way, right? So
We would be going this way because we
can't.
don't want to be near the mortuary and the truck.
Oh, you don't. All right. So you're going to maybe the north or whatever. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's fine. You guys go up there. It's no problem. It's starting to get dark. It's easy for you to move through the tents and just move away.
Where's the farm home?
Yeah, I mean, clearly this is like not quite the real map, ish. But I would say that, I mean, it's kind of a sense of the size and kind of the general layouts. I actually think that there's probably a farmhouse is probably over here to the west, and there's more tents. Oops, sorry, Control Z. I should put that in the map layer. And there's probably more tents actually around here, right? So it's a little bigger than what you see here.
Okay.
All right. But the old farmhouse is in one of these like empty fields, right? And, it's all like bomb blasted and broken down. There's no road here though necessarily. I mean, it's just, there is a road. It's just a muddy road. It's not like anything nice. So it's probably somewhere around here in the field.
Okay.
So I'll put an imaginary location where I think it might be. So maybe there.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty.
All right. So you guys are passing around some stinky, moldy brie, and
Mhm.
drinking some wine.
I'll talk to Chewie. I'll see there. Well, the medicine that Nurse Burden is giving to you is really unprecedented. It's really amazing. I wish I could understand more of it. I might talk to her soon. But I have a question. How did you know to whom you'd give the medicine? Did she give you a list, or?
She said, yeah, that she was going to give me a list of people to give it to.
Would you happen to have a list with you right now, or
No, she
somewhere in
didn't.
your quarters?
She didn't tell me yet, because and I didn't. She said I wasn't quite ready to say yes. I told her I needed to think about it, and that's why I talked to everyone here because I wasn't sure. So I don't really know, but maybe some of the others know. You know, maybe we can meet them. You think you can talk to them? They might know. Some of the others.
Who are the others? The other people that are working for Nurse Borden?
Well, working together, because we all want the same thing. So, oh, I mean, I could point them out. I don't know all of them by name. I've seen some of them talking to the nurse, and I've seen some of them in a meeting.
You mean the disabled officer, soldiers?
Some of them, yes, of course. They're the ones who really love Miss Borden.
Are all of them disabled?
Most of them, they have terrible wounds. Yeah, but they're gonna be better. This Nurse Borden's gonna make them better. I know it. I know she will.
You said you saw the medicine taking effect on people. I thought you were giving people medicine, so you haven't given them any medicine yet. She was making you ready to give it.
Yeah, not yet. But I know the medicine works. I've seen some of the others, and they're quite happy. I'll tell you. You just have to what's this? Give me a second. She's like, I'm really impressed by the way some of them work. There was there's a man named Maurice. I think he's maybe a lieutenant or something, but he lost his sight, and he's gonna be able to see again. Nurse Borden's gonna make sure of that. It's a miracle. It's a miracle, Father. It's a miracle, I'm telling you. I don't really
you
know
the father curse in French again.
They might have some trouble with you, Father Avoire. They've lost a lot of faith in God. Maybe you think you can't blame them, but they have faith. And hell, they know that Miss Borden will cure them.
She is no angel, my child.
She kind of gets sulky about that.
So it sounds that they get disabled, so they can get home because they're no longer at war. So Miss Borden can promise them to recover from the wounds. Is that it?
She's like, you see her like she's kind of like starting to calm down a little bit. She actually kind of yawned. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What did you give me?
What?
Oh,
Well, it's your medicine.
that's not. No, I don't. Oh, I'm feeling tired. I need.
Yeah, it's gonna make you rest for a while.
You
Why don't
gave
you
me
sleep?
the wrong one. I don't wanna go to sleep. I don't wanna go to sleep. Please don't let me go to sleep. No, where's my medicine? Where's my? She starts like stumbling a little bit till she gets up. She kind of falls back down in her ass. And she's like acting like she's really drunk. And
I'll try to like lay her down to the ground and like.
because you were trying to get her to sleep, right? Or just
Yeah,
calm
I mean,
her.
I want her to calm down. But if she sleeps, it's okay because we need to.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were trying to put her out. Then, okay. Then she's like half asleep. She's kind of calm. You might have like put a little bit too much in, maybe. You know, but she's like, oh, I don't want to go to sleep. I don't want the dreams. I don't want to go to sleep. Yeah, she's gonna make everyone better, and they'll be whole again. And I don't know. They pray. I think whoever they pray to, I don't think it's God, but it'll make things better.
If
I don't
they are
care.
not praying to God, they are praying to evil.
No. Miss Borden isn't evil. She's good. Oh, really? I want to lean against this. I want to put my head down a little bit.
Wait.
Lays
So
down.
they pray in the middle of the night, is that right? And
Yeah. I haven't gone yet. They pray in other times. Sometimes they have a special prayer. I think they meet in the. Wow. And she's like, oh, the farmhouse.
is that a satanic cult?
She's like, oh, no. That's ridiculous. No, it's not. No. She's not like that. It's for good. It's just different.
We will stamp out this evil tonight.
No. She's like, kind of wearily go. No. There's no stamping. She's a good person. They're all good people. You don't understand. And she stares at you like she's like kind of tripping around. Hobbs, you said that you would all be safe.
Have you participated in one of these cults?
Cult? I don't understand. What are you talking? Is that a cult? It's not a cult at all. It's just people trying to be better. And she starts getting up and like trying to get away from you guys. Like, it's not a cult. Wrong.
I'll take the chloroform.
Okay.
Put it in a cloth or a handkerchief.
Yeah.
I'll get behind her and put
Okay.
it on her mouth.
Well, you're now gonna have to roll an
Careful.
athletics check. And so not athletics check. I'm sorry. That actually no, it is.
Can I use scuffling or no?
It's either some kind of scuffling situation. Yeah, you're gonna have to roll scuffling because you're gonna basically this is like a grapple attack, i.e. D&D, and so you're gonna have to figure out a way in which you, take her down. It may not be difficult, but you're just gonna at least attempt to make sure that she's.
Okay. What is the difficulty?
Difficulty 3. In general, for any kind of combat.
Okay.
This.
If I spend 2 points, it's automatically successful. No?
Yep.
I'll spend 2 points of scuffling.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Actually, so this is like a 2-hit. Actually, I think a scuffle is a. Did I get that one right? I think scuffling actually might be. I'm messing that one up. Scuffling is an opposed roll. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, so it must be athletics.
Yeah. No, you can scuffle. It could be just an opposed roll for scuffling. It's totally fine. So
Okay.
it's up to you how you want to take care of this.
What is a pose roll? I didn't understand. Sorry.
So it's like it's like chase scenes in D&D. Like she rolls and then you roll, and it's a kind of a
okay.
contest.
Oh, so I'll use athletics. So I'll spend 2 points of athletics.
Yeah.
So-
You can, and if we do that, then that is cooperation and teamwork, and you can do that by you spend a point. You spend a certain number of points, and the leader gets X minus 1 points.
Okay, so I gotta spend 2 to give him 1 point, right?
Yeah, 1 point. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
And I think this would be. Do you have? Okay, yeah. So you're gonna do okay, right. So it's got to be the same one. Are you guys using scuffling? Right? Yes, or athletics? Because I keep on hearing George wants to use scuffling.
No, if I use athletics, there will be no resistance test. Okay, a pose roll, right?
No. I mean, I think I did both of these. No, these are going to be opposed rolls. This is like a grapple.
Okay. So
no matter what you do, what I'm saying under this situation, it's an opposed roll. You're not just firing a gun.
Okay, no problem. Save your points, Anthony. Thanks. I have 15 of scuffling, so
all right, yeah.
I'll spend 2 points.
Okay, so spend 2 points and roll, because she's going to try and run away. It's plain and simple.
Okay.
So she's got 2 points. That's her roll. 3 points. You just made it.
Oh, that's a bad roll.
You just made it. And so she's kind of stumbling, and you grab her, and you've got some chloroformed handkerchiefs in your pocket, and you take her out, right?
Okay.
She tries to fight you, and she's trying to scream, and you put your hand over her mouth, and she eventually just, stops moving.
Well, shit.
Thank the Lord for that.
Well,
All right.
We,
So what
we
do you
have a
think we do now?
problem. She knows what we've done. And, well, when she wakes up, she's not gonna be happy.
What are you going to do?
Well,
How
maybe.
long does would she sleep with my medicine and the chloroform on her blood?
Ooh, you don't know. The chloroform on top of the barbiturate you gave her, mixed with whatever kind of amphetamine stimulants he was on. My goodness. What a combination. I hope she doesn't overdose or anything.
I'll check her pulse. Check her.
Bad reaction. Anthony! I'm sorry.
I start giving her last rites.
Anthony, I have a
Does she have
question.
to roll for a health check?
What are the consequences in the military for lying or,
I mean, there's
robbing official things or other
court
things like that?
martials, Article 15s are like a lesser court martial,
Okay.
but that's under UCMJ.
Okay. So, I mean, this is 1915. The rules are a little different, but
There was no
guys-
Geneva at that time, so yeah, a lot of rules were very different back then. But they were a lot more strict too.
Yeah, like they would court martial. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
AWL, they'd shoot you.
Yeah, I mean they
in the
shoot
field.
people who retreat, who don't fight, so people get
Yeah.
hanged for treason back in those days, all that crazy shit happened back then.
So it begins to dawn on you that, you guys
We might be
are.
dead man walking.
I mean, well, we don't know about that, but you have now put yourselves in a potential situation in terms of military regulations.
Sorry, didn't mean to click on that.
It's okay. So that's it. Just it starts rolling in the back of your mind that there, especially here with Cheery, that you better, you don't know what the consequences are going to be, but you better think carefully. I mean, that there are ramifications for any of these things that you guys have done.
Okay, I'll tell the guys there is no coming back now.
I feel that I had just administered our Last Supper.
Well,
Oh, there's one thing that we have to do. We have to get to the bottom of this. We shall see what is Nurse Burden told me what it would be the code. She invited me. We should go get that and see what is going on. Arm up, man. We shall see what's this by the depths of the hell to this coat.
If any of you feel that you desire a confession to free your soul,
The kind of thing that I would say to my lord to forgive me is for me to be a fool to not have noticed it before. And now we shall pay the price.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, don't forget.
Well, the confession was delusional, so it's something is really strange is happening here. We're not the bad guys, fellas. You know, there's some strange cult going on here. So
I do not approve the way they are keeping the dead.
It seems
Well,
they're-
so that's enough talking. Now we have to prove our point.
it seems they're testing the patients as well. Right? It doesn't seem just like a hospital. It seems like there's something else here for sure.
Can I ask Dr. Patterson, do their wounds look like wounds obtained in the field, or do they look strange? Would Dr. Patterson know?
I feel like I've been doing surgeries on. It feels like what would happen in a war, right? Like shrapnel and broken limbs and shit like that, right?
There's nothing unusual about, there's nothing unusual about their wounds. I will say nothing. Like you were doing evidence collection when you were in the tent, and you I said you looked at a bunch of paperwork, and it was like 30. It was like 30 something odd death reports for just the last like 2 days, right?
Mhm.
So, or more.
Casualties are.
Yeah, something quite high. Like you're just. I mean, those are the kind of casualties that happen back in way back in the the bandaging stations, not here. This is where the survivable people come, right? And normally, these are the expert surgeons. That's a lot for like a day and a half or two. And you looked at it real quick, and you notice like some of these people just had, you saw some of the injuries. They weren't severe injuries. It reminded you just like what you saw the other day. You saw that soldier who you checked on in the morning convulse and go into shock and die. And you remember actually that he did have a smell of some kind of opium
Opioids.
derived
Yeah.
drug
Yeah,
on his
the
breath.
green liquid has the opioid smell as well. So I'm guessing that maybe I'll tell them the story again about the patient that I had. The surgery, I had to remove some shrapnel from him, and it seemed fine. It seemed that he was recovering really well. And then, out of nowhere, he just died. He started convulsing. He wasn't answering, and he just died in a couple of minutes. I could smell some opioid on his deathbed, and well, although we don't know exactly what this liquid is, it has some opioid traces in it. So I'm guessing, I'm guessing foul play. Someone is playing with soldiers' lives here.
what kind of surgery did you do with this guy?
I removed shrapnel from they were not vital places. He was kind of lucky actually. The shrapnel hit his body and he was in a lot of pain, and if I left the shrapnel there, he would die of any type of infection. But it wasn't a delicate, special type of surgery. I just had to remove some shrapnel from his body. It's pretty common. I've seen way worse stuff in the front line. And
So
people survived
they,
from that, so it's just odd. We saw on the nurses LGB tent that the casualties are really high here, and I mean we have trucks loaded with corpses here. I've seen it. Some of my patients have gone to those trucks, and some of them I can't tell why they died. They just do. I can't diagnose what's the cause of death.
Wow. Do you think we can try to inspect the bodies and see if we can find traces of this medicine?
But we don't even know what the medicine is. That's the problem. Even if we can trace it back, and I mean, I have one evidence that might trace it back. Because I mean, we didn't find any shipment that was bringing sedatives or opioids like through paperwork. So I'm guessing they're making whatever this is, this green liquid. They're making it here somewhere, and
Yeah.
from other types of medicine, or something that's coming off the grid, not something that's being used by the military exactly.
Okay, I'll inspect the Cherry's body. If there's something.
She's
it's
sleeping.
her-
She's not dead or anything.
No, but to see if she has any object in his pocket, something unusual.
Hmm. She does not.
She was under the influence of other drugs, not the green stuff. She was taking the fuck, I forgot the name.
Stimulant.
She was taking
Yeah.
stimulant. Yeah, she was taking some sort of cocaine or something, coca leaf based.
Yeah,
Amphetamine.
maybe, during that time, I feel like cocaine would be actually kind of legal.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Amphetamines were pretty common.
Yeah. I think even.
Bodmin, which was just basically
Well, actually,
liquid opium.
Yes. Yeah. That was people would put that. They'd have little droppers of it and put it in their drinks. Yeah. All those drugs in the early 20th century were all ultra legal. And I think cocaine just started becoming illegal right around the 1915s, possibly.
yeah. It's like in the 1800s, it was legal.
Yeah.
I know of that. I know.
I mean, it does have a lot of medicinal properties with the numbing quality. It's just highly addictive.
And I mean, it was like a stimulant, right? Like you would drink like taurine today, right? Like you get it to keep you moving through the night and shit like that.
Which one? Opium or
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Oh yeah,
Cocaine.
yeah. I mean, it's a naturally occurring compound in coca leaves. Of course, I mean, it's been they put in, in South America they still put it. They still make coca leaf tea. They just drink it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's true.
Was it
what it is.
Coca-Cola manufactured originally with the cocaine?
Exactly, it was.
Yeah, I've heard that. Is it true?
Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
that's why
It's 100% true.
Coca-Cola, yeah, because of the coca leaf.
And I'll tell you, they still extract some of the flavors from the coca leaves because what they'll do is they'll take the coca and they'll transform it into pharmaceutical grade compound for Novocaine. Where do you think Novocaine comes from?
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oof.
So
Okay, so
anyway,
Yeah, sorry.
quick aside into the history of
Cocaine.
different stimulants and sedatives throughout history.
So I feel like our only lead is the farmer house.
yeah, we must be there tonight.
Okay.
But
have
what do we do with
clients.
her body now?
All right, there we go. It was right around that time. Thank you.
So yeah, it's still legal then because it's before 1914.
Well, that's in America.
Oh, the U.S. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in Europe. It may or may not still be legal. Historically, I'm not sure.
Fair point. So I mean, we should take care of Miss Pedersen here because she's gonna be a witness. And I don't know how long because there's so much chemicals in her body. I'm not sure when she's gonna wake up. Isn't there any way that I could do like an estimate, Kai? If I roll like a medicine or a pharmacy and I take a look at her vitals and shit like that?
Yeah, you could, with a medicine check. I mean, you think she's going to be out for a couple hours, chloroform. The combination of chloroform plus
Sleep
Plus
And
extra
deprivation.
what time's it now?
It's about 7 o'clock now. It's getting dark.
We can tell she was delusional and he felt sick, maybe. So whatever he says when she wakes up, it's her word against ours.
Could be. Yeah.
We can blame the cheese.
Good idea.
You will not blame my cheese.
I mean, there's plenty of stuff. I mean, yeah, clearly. I mean, let's understand. There's a couple of ranking offers. Like there are, there's a captain here. Probish is a commissioned officer. He's got rank. There's a lot of pull. Between the credit rating in terms of your social pull, there's a lot you can do to silence.
But I mean, but at the same time, like Nurse Ojogi doesn't seem like she respects rank that much. She might be actually she might trust people that she knows before rank, and she has control over the major in certain ways.
That is right.
Well, we could play dumb. Like, I could say that my order came from Captain and from Major Parker, and I would just play dumb.
Good.
We could just play the fall on our captain. Our captain doesn't exist, and the major would go like, "Well, I don't know this captain. Well, but the captain was here. Well, someone is infiltrated here, because I left the papers with this captain. Blah blah blah."
Like trying.
And then we just can burn the files.
Bureaucracy.
You could
Yeah, sure.
try.
Maybe work.
And the captain
You still have.
had a
Sorry,
Well, we
go
still have some
German
hours until
accent.
she wakes up.
Yeah, I think we should deliver her to another nursey and tell that she was delusional and passed out. And I think they will trust your word, Captain.
I could leave her with a nurse that I know and tell that we found her drunk in the feud or something like
Yeah. Yeah.
that. Sure. Well, we still have a couple of hours until the meeting in the farmhouse and a couple of hours until she wakes up. What you guys want to do?
I gotta try to search this kind of code and see what they're up to.
So they're gonna meet when the lights are out, right? When does that happen?
Anthony lights out would be 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Mm.
That's what I assumed. Yeah.
It's okay, so let's meet when the lights are out. Maybe we can go each one to a different side and meet later. So maybe people will get suspicious.
Someone could come with me and take Miss Cherry to a nurse, and the rest of you will go and scout ahead of the farmhouse. And then we meet you guys there. We all know where the farmhouse is, right? It's an open field. We can see.
Yeah. It's like a broken down farmhouse. There are other tents around it. Yeah, I mean, you know exactly where it is. It's not. People actually hang out near it. In these areas here. I should say.
I can
Yeah.
help move Sherry because she kind of trusts me for some reason if she wakes up.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Well,
So
I-
our story is she got drunk, and I'm guessing she had some responses to something that she was taking, and she was taking the stimulants. So we can say that the wine reacted with the stimulants, and that's why she is blacked out. And she might have some like delusions or weird dreams where we are involved in it.
Okay.
Kai, what was the name of that chaplain? That other chaplain that's on the base?
Yes. It is Chaplain Pombal. Pombal. Pombal.
Would anybody like to accompany you to see the chaplain?
Yeah, sure. I think we'll call too much attention if you go to the old farmhouse now. Maybe it will be too suspicious.
I figure we have some time between now and that time.
Yeah. I'll go with you then, Father.
Let us go then.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to find a handgun.
Okay.
Oof.
There's going to have to be an armory somewhere, I suppose.
Do we not have guns?
I mean, you have a gun, Sergeant Hobbs. You're not injured. You've been walking around with a.
I remember pointing it.
Yeah. I mean, you have one. I mean,
You were not doing finger guns, were you?
Probish is injured. I don't think they'd run the military hospital and have everyone hanging around with all their weapons. Right? So
Would I have a pistol with me? I'm
armory
not sure.
somewhere. You're working, right? You're not one of the injured.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm like a doctor. Why would I need it?
Yeah, I mean, you may not. Yeah, you may have one in your tent because it is war, but you probably don't carry it around. That's up to you. I mean,
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think you would.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
I would have.
I don't know if you would. I'll be honest. I don't know how it would work.
Oh, that's like at least a handgun, like in a tent or something.
I suspect you wouldn't be wearing it when you're doing surgery, but I suspect you
Yeah,
have.
you wouldn't be with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to go and get it in
So,
my tent.
yeah. None of you have handguns, or actually, I think it would be appropriate that you didn't show up with the weapons. They were left. Actually, why would you bring the weapons here? They need them back on the front lines if you're injured, right? You were left for the rest of the soldiers. There's no need for you to have it here. But there's probably an armory because there has to be there is military police that you've seen around.
Do we have access to the armory or just like rubbish?
I don't think you do. I don't think unless someone major. I mean, you don't know, but you don't. You don't see any other soldiers walking around with. Any other injured soldiers walking around with weapons.
Okay. Second Lieutenant Probish, if I may, sir, do you think you could get some handguns or any kind of weapon? Or I think maybe it will be a dangerous night tonight.
Certainly will be, and after you get some extra guns, another mad lad. I was aiming for 4 guns to take you there.
Maybe a knife.
Good choice. Good choice.
I don't think my character would carry a gun, but he's definitely got a bayonet.
Okay, sure.
Don't worry, someone can carry 2. But I'm serious. What the father asked me to take for him? Anthony, what did you ask me to take?
No,
Were you?
I'm just seeing, what my character would have on him, and I believe he'd have a bayonet, but not a gun. So,
Yeah.
I'm okay with my bayonet.
A cheese knife.
Do you want me to try to take one for you?
No, I'm okay with the bayonet.
Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do, Kai.
Okay, all right. You're gonna try and requisition some weapons. All right, that is fine. Okay, and then
I hope the guy that is guarding the guns had the same option.
I just noticed I don't have firearms in my character sheet. Would I be able to fire without the firearms?
yeah, you just suck at it.
Oh, okay, sure.
Because actually, there's a point. Like Anthony, help me with this, because my understanding was that during World War I, there were just kind of like the nurses. They were doctors who weren't necessarily military doctors, but they were doctors who become militarized. They were sort of deputized and asked to become part of the military to perform surgeries.
I'm not sure of during that time. What I know of current military, usually doctors are officers. So
officers, okay.
Yeah. Like one time I was getting my wisdom teeth out, and they put me under, and I was flirting with what I thought was a cute nurse, and it was a captain, and they were all laughing because I was under the influence of the drugs,
Right.
But
okay.
I was being real flirty with her, and like. Almost like
that's not a good idea.
It's like 1940s smacking her ass type of shit, but you
Oh,
know,
man.
it was all played off. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that
okay.
you know they all had rank, but they all do. You know.
Yeah. But well, I mean, you're Doc Francis. You're technically a captain, so maybe you are someone who's like technically an
well,
officer. You're just
in
not a
the
good.
lore,
You're just
in the lore it says that like I was a surgeon, and then when the war began, I like volunteered to the RAMC.
okay.
So I don't think I would know how to handle a gun. So I probably don't have the military training for sure.
Okay.
So I don't think I would carry a gun.
Being that you had a degree already, going right into the military means you were definitely an officer and fast tracked into the officers program. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I see. Okay, that's why they're a commissioned officer, sure. And so you've got minimal training, and you're just not a great shot. Doesn't mean you can't shoot. You're just not,
I'm not
You're
gonna
not-
hit my shit probably.
Yeah, it's one of those things where actually it's when you're trained with a gun. If you're shooting at the beginning of the round, like the combat, you have to say what you're shooting at, and you just can't easily move from turn to turn, round to round to round to round, because you're just not. You don't know how to react quickly, and then you have a higher chance of having accidentally shooting someone, right? Having a critical fail on a 1, for example.
Okay.
Right. So I believe I'll double check the rules, but I think it's a bit of a penalty. Like it's just like a D&D, but it's not overbearing. Okay. Well, gentlemen. All right. Michael, I think you and I probably need to end this soon.
Yes, I do have to teach
Yeah.
tomorrow.
So do I. So do I. But so I'm sorry. So I am.
Unfortunately.
I might have to end here. But so I think we're going to close here with you guys in the field. The sun is setting. Cheery is snoring. You finished some cheese and some wine. And you're contemplating the consequences of everything that you've learned, and the consequences of everything that you've done. And in this madness that is already this war, you're realizing that there are even darker levels that you had not imagined, just waiting and beckoning for you to follow into. And so episode number 3 of Not So Quiet on the Western Front ends.